All right. Apparently, we've received some feedback.
We have received feedback. Friendly feedback.
Friendly feedback.
I should say.
Yes.
But feedback that,
Yes.
we might have overpromised a little on our Elden Ring episode with how deep we are going to we dived into From Software as a whole. I think we touched on it a little bit, but it would have been like a 6-hour episode otherwise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. First of all, yes, I will say thank you for the feedback. Always very nice. I will say, I don't know. I mean, did we really promise? Did we really promise all of From? I mean, I think we kind of, it was a Soulsborne type of series.
Sure.
Which I feel like we explored.
I mentioned Kingsfield, I think, in the previous podcast to the Elden Ring one, the 2 before this one. Yeah, I think I only talked about Kingsfield for maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah.
In that podcast, and it is foundational to everything that From Software does with regards to the Soulsborne series. So I could have been a little bit more verbose there.
Yes, accurate. I guess I feel like we hit on the points of the series that, because I mean, I did talk about how I got into Dark Souls, and I didn't play Demon Souls, so I didn't really have much to say on that front. And, talked a bit about the progression of the series through that, but didn't
and I am
do
remembering now there was more nuance to the feedback, which was I think he also said, or this person also said, just there's a lot of the personal story.
Yes.
Right, and not as much of From Software history, I guess.
Okay, I see what's going on. Yeah, well, that would imply that I knew From Software history.
Yeah, I guess that fell on me then, because I do know From Software history pretty well.
Fair enough.
I mean, not I don't know names of them, mostly because I've memorized very few Japanese names.
Yes,
but I do Hideo Kojima. There's a lot of them out there.
Name the one that anybody can name.
Yeah, Hideo Kojima.
Yeah, there's a lot. Hideo Kojima and others.
The fucking No More Heroes guy. See, I immediately
Suda 51.
Suda 51. Right. Yeah, that's right.
Is that right? Is it 51? It's Suda and a number, but is it 51? Did I just fucking nail it? I nail it. It's Suda 51.
Let's pretend you nailed it. It's Suda 51.
God damn it! I'm fantastic. Yeah,
you're amazing.
Oh well, thank you for saying so. I always appreciate it. Oh man. All right. Well, cool. Yeah. So yes, sorry then if we misled you into believing that we were more knowledgeable than we actually are. But
we're not.
if you hate that kind of content, strap in, because we're about to be extremely unknowledgeable about a thing.
Yeah, we're about to try and talk about Devin Townsend.
Yes. I mean, I know some Devin Townsend history just because
Yeah, same here. Yeah.
But we probably know the same. If you've read his Wikipedia article, you probably know the same stuff that we know. But
yeah, I'm just looking at the timeline chart for Devin Townsend.
I need to pull that up. Actually, I need to pull up.
Oh, you don't have to pull. Yeah, you should pull that.
Yeah, because we're gonna need that as an aid throughout this.
Terrifying looking. Just a nightmare.
Oh yeah, it's hilarious. It's just like. But hey, there's a line for Devin Townsend the whole way through, so that's good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He's been the one constant.
Yes. Devin Townsend does play in all of Devin Townsend's stuff. Spoiler alert. Oh, geez. Okay. All right. So, before we jump into that, though, because there is obviously going to be much of that, I have a Blueberry related story to recount for you. Short, but it's because full twists and turns.
Yeah.
Hit
me with it.
I guess about a year ago, I want to say. I think it was about a year ago. I don't know what got me, but I was just kind of like, is there really no blueberry flavored ice cream? And, I asked some people, I asked Lauren, I asked, a couple other people. I was like, you ever had blueberry flavored ice cream? They're like, no, I can't say that I have. I'm like, strawberry exists, right? Sure. Cherry exists. Okay. Well, why not blueberry? There's blueberry yogurt. Why isn't there blueberry ice cream? There's coffee yogurt and there's coffee ice cream. So why not blueberry ice cream? Why doesn't this not exist? So, for the past, year, I've just on and off been, checking various ice cream aisles, just hoping one day to stumble upon Blueberry. And, I've been tooling around thinking like, God, should I buy an ice cream machine and just make Blueberry ice cream? Like, why don't I do this? Finally, just 1 week ago, I'm in the grocery store, and just sadly looking over towards the ice cream aisle, like just expecting to once again be disappointed. And what do I see? Blueberry maple ice cream.
Blueberry maple?
Holy shit. So it's like blueberry pancakes.
That sounds gross to me.
Oh my God,
I'm
dude.
weird, I guess.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Like, I mean, like, I don't need the maple in it. Like, I could just do with the blueberry, but like
the blueberry.
The maple does have like a nice little, like, it gives it that kind of pancakey quality that like, is nice. So blueberry maple. But yeah, so my journey to find and consume some blueberry ice cream.
There were less twists than I was expecting in that story.
Yeah, so I might have oversold
There's really
that.
only one. I was expecting you. I thought you were going to be like growing blueberries and making your own blueberry ice cream, like, or something.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
We are, if nothing, a podcast on over-promising and under-delivering. So,
yes, certainly, yeah. We're good at that.
But yes, so blueberry ice cream. Holy shit. Can't believe it took me a fucking year to find some, but blueberry ice cream. So
yeah, well, if you buy enough of it, they'll just always have it stocked. You just gotta,
that's my hope,
loading up that, garage freezer.
I mean, I did just buy a second thing of blueberry ice cream, so
there you go.
But yeah, so that's, that's my interesting thing that's happened in my life. How are you, Stephen?
I'm good. I haven't done anything that interesting.
Oh boy.
I've just been watching garbage. I've been watching like the new. You've seen Taskmaster, right? There's a new season.
I mean, I have watched some amount of Taskmaster. Yes, I think I've watched a couple seasons of it. It's good. I just haven't been watching it.
Yeah. It's a perfect just like anytime show.
Yeah. See, I don't really. I know we've talked about this before, but I guess I don't really do that. Like if I'm watching TV, it's like I'm watching TV. Yeah. I mean, the only. I guess
you don't multitask, do you?
I do not multitask. No. If the TV is on, I'm watching it. Yeah.
Now that I do it, it's hard to not do it. It's terrible. It's like, oh yeah, I'm watching this. I could be playing like a simple video game while watching this right now. So it's like, no, bad Steven. Don't do that.
Focus on the thing.
Focus on the thing you're watching.
Yeah. No, I mean, the only thing of like substance that I've really I mean, like, so we watched Ozark.
Oh yeah, I've heard that's good.
It is good. It is good. I mean, so it's done now. So if you're, inclined to watch it, I guess now is probably the time because it is finished. But probably not. Obviously, I've watched the God. What have we watched recently?
Actually, fucking We Own This City by fucking The Wire by David Simon.
I don't know why I was thinking something Shore, but that's not right. You're right, David Simon. Yeah,
David Simon. Yeah, I'm looking at the HBO page. That's how I just returned to Baltimore in the modern age.
Okay.
It's I think it's just a miniseries. It ends pretty conclusively, and it's
good?
based off a true story.
Okay.
It's great. It's really good. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
I highly recommend it.
What's it on?
HBO.
Oh, okay.
HBO. Sorry, I had my hand over my.
It's okay. I heard you.
Westworld is premiering.
You know what? Okay.
I haven't watched the new episode yet because I kind of don't care, but I might.
I mean, I'm going to. I like Westworld. Like, I know people are like, I don't care anymore now that it's like kind of, gone in a different direction. It's like, okay, that's fine, but like, then just don't watch it.
I wish they'd go farther with the different direction. I feel like they just didn't go far enough.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess because did you watch the last season?
No.
Okay.
I just had to think for a second there. I do not believe I did.
Okay.
Oh, I don't think I finished it. Is what it is. Because it's in the city, right? Yeah. I think I watched I'm just looking at the actual season right now on HBO. I think I got to episode 6. I don't know why I stopped. I don't know. I just don't like fucking Maeve and her bullshit.
I don't even remember what's going on in that show anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway,
I was trying to. You were saying, I'm like, what is going on with that?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Nothing. Like they're just. I literally don't know. Like they're just running around in circles. It's like fuck and fucking. Oh yeah, and fucking the Breaking Bad. Jesse is in it. Whatever his name is.
Really? Oh
yeah. Wait, he was in season 3.
He was?
Yeah.
Oh, geez. I don't remember that at all.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Aaron Paul. Yeah. Aaron Paul's in it. Just and I hate him in it. He's terrible.
man. I'm just like, there's too many shows, man. Like, that's the thing. It's like I completely I completely lose track of half of these things.
Stranger Things.
Haven't started watching that yet. We've been watching. We're just almost finished with Umbrella Academy. Which, if you don't watch Umbrella Academy, that is great.
Yeah, it's hard because I've read the comic book.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's just like, yep, I have seen the original version of this, so it feels, yeah.
You always read the book.
I like it though. I like Umbrella Academy. Yeah. I mean, maybe I'll check it out.
No, what we did watch is at least. Because I know there's like movies and shit, and I know there's like visual novels and fucking gotcha games and all sorts of horse shit, but that's not what we want. The Fate series.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we watched those. We watched, Fate Stay Night, Fate, the one before, Fate Zero, and then we also watched Fate Grand Order, which, as somebody that doesn't play the gotcha game and doesn't fucking, like, do the visual novels or anything like that, was very, very confused as to what's going on with Grand Order.
I've watched Fate Stay Night, Unlimited Blade Works.
Let me preface that. We watched Fate Stay Night, Unlimited Blade Works.
Okay.
I think, is there like, was there like another one that we could have watched?
There was an original.
Yeah, we didn't watch that. We watched the Unlimited
you watched the correct version.
That's what I'm under. Okay, cool. Yeah. So, we watched that. Those were good. Grand Order was a little fucking weird because I just like had no idea what was going on. Like, I eventually got into it. It was kind of like, wait, what?
and then it was the, what is it called again? The other one you mentioned.
Fate Zero.
Zero. Yeah. That's my favorite one, though, for sure.
Okay, so it's interesting because I
Oh, wait a second. Is this the one? This is the one where it's like the dude, right? Who, like, you've seen it all, right?
Yes, we've seen it all.
Yeah. Kigurutsu. Oh, yeah, this is it. Yeah, Fate. Okay, yeah, this is what I'm thinking of.
Yeah. So at first, Fate Zero, I was kind of like, I was like, this is good, but like I miss like the characters from Fate. But I totally agree with you. By the end of it, I was like, this fucking rules.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. By the end of it, you're like, okay, this is like the actual good Fate Stay Night shit.
If it, like, Fate Stay Night like is more about like Rin and whatever the fucking other guy's name is.
Shiro.
Yeah. I always want to call him Shinji, but Shinji's like the shitty guy.
Yeah.
Get the fucking robot, Shinji.
Evangelion, yeah. Shiro Imiya.
Yeah, Shiro. Yeah. So, like, it's really like the two of them. And like, which is good. Like, I mean, I like shit like that. But Zero is actually like the fucking thing.
Yes.
It's like the actual Chalice dungeon,
it's the
whatever
real,
the fuck it's called.
It's the real shit.
Chalice
it's
dungeon.
like Fate Stay Night is the kiddie pool.
Yes. Yeah. That's the real shit. No, for sure.
I love that series. It's so great. I'm rewatching Hunter x Hunter right now just because it's so good. It is. It's just like, it showed up on my YouTube and I was like, fuck it. I should just rewatch this because I'm just going to do that through YouTube clips at this point.
It's like, I guess I'm watching that.
It's kind of creepy actually, because like YouTube like just like sneaks those in there every once in a while, and it usually gets me to watch something. It's like, damn, I'm fucking getting advertised to so hard.
Yeah, that is definitely a thing. It's just like, oh, I know exactly what you're thinking and doing at all times. So anyway, here's this thing that you like.
It's like, oh, fuck, well, I do like that. God damn it. Oh, did you hear that they're making a new Trigun?
What?
Did you hear that?
No, I did not.
It's going to be 3D CGI.
Oh, I hate that.
You should.
Well, I guess I've never.
Wait a second. Let me pull up the new. You guys got to watch this real quick. I put it in the Discord general. If anyone wants to watch it, it's called Trigun Stampede. If you search Trigun Stampede 2023 trailer, it's like the first result.
Oh.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it looks so bad. It looks so
Why
bad.
would they? Why though?
It's so sad. I'm so sad. It's gonna be terrible. Well, it's like they did this to Berserk, and now they're gonna do it to. Look at how big. It's just like, goddamn, he looks stupid now. I'm old. I'm just so old. I don't know.
It's just like
he's just, they updated him. I'm sure he looks fine to like the audience that they're going for, but it's just like he looks so stupid now. Oh my god. I just
can't stand this style of animation.
Yeah, well, yes, the animation is also. I mean, it's not for CGI. It's pretty good. I'll be completely fair.
No, okay, but I was about to say that it's not bad for CGI, but I still hate it.
Yeah, it's still terrible. Yeah, I feel like I'm watching a video game cutscene.
I mean, like I tolerated it for Arcane because Arcane wasn't necessarily trying to be an anime.
Yeah, Arcane was fine. I didn't have
Arcane
a
was
problem
fine.
with that.
Because the problem is like they haven't gotten, or okay, I'll say this. I don't think they've gotten CGI to the point where like it, looks like hand-drawn anime. Now maybe there are some anime that like I've watched where they have done it well and I just didn't notice.
Yeah, I was about to say, they definitely can do that. It just is expensive to do.
Yeah, so if that's the case, then this is not one of those ones where they did that.
No.
It's closer,
Yes.
but it's not.
It's pretty terrible one.
Yeah, so God, hate that.
I just wanted to
Not a fan.
let you in on that.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you ruining my day.
I ruined my morning, so I just wanted to make sure.
that my morning
I
was
spread
also...
that misery around a little bit.
Yeah, no, thank you for that.
Welcome.
Oh shit. We also watched fucking it's on Netflix. It's like The Beginning. It's an anime, another anime. It was interesting. It was interesting. Like it kind of like at first I was kind of like, okay. Like, and basically it's sold as like it's like this, super detective dude, tracking down like supernatural shit.
Kuko
it's
is
cool.
approached by Kurosame, a figure from his childhood who he thought was dead. He asks Koku to fight him in his fight for a new world order, or join him in his fight. Oh, that's season 2. Oops. Sorry.
It's fine. So it's
cool.
It's good.
Yeah, okay.
I enjoyed that.
I've been kind of turning my nose up at like Netflix anime for the most part, but I probably shouldn't do that.
So
I'm sure it's fine.
Sometimes they're okay.
Yeah.
Basically, like I turn it on, and if I see the CGI, I'm like, nope.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's like anything. Sometimes it's okay.
Yeah. So that one was that. And that one I think is. I mean, well, it's done by the same.
I've seen
animation
production IG.
Yeah, and I mean, they're great.
Yeah.
So
okay.
because I was watching it and I was just like, this feels a lot like Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah. Although, oh my God, what they've done to Ghost in the Shell, though.
Well, I know. So old Ghost. This feels like this felt like the same kind of animation styles like Standalone Complex. And I was just like, oh, this like I like this like a lot, and then like I looked it up. It's like, oh, it's because it's fucking they did Standalone Complex and they also did this and they also did Fina Pirate Princess, which this also looks really similar to, like visually, like from like the way that they draw people and shit. Anyway, it looks really good. But yeah, man.
Cool.
Oh, but yeah. Other than that, other than fucking blueberry ice cream and fucking watching shit. I've been getting really into. Go ahead. Were you gonna say something?
Oh no, I was just gonna say in relation to weird food things. I'll say this: I had a Big Mac for the first time like a few weeks ago for a long time.
Not the first time you've ever had one.
I mean, honestly, in like my memory, pretty much the first time I've ever had a Big Mac. Because I mean, I think the last time I had one was I was like in Canada probably. Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. So like not a damn bad hamburger actually.
I know.
Pretty tasty. I was very shocked how enjoyable they were.
Yeah, they can do some things right, and Big Mac is one of those things.
I got to imagine they have like a dedicated Big Mac guy, because like if I order anything else from McDonald's, it's a gamble.
Yeah,
but Big Mac is just like, oh yeah, this is like correct, great.
It's a good sandwich, man. Like I tell people, I'm just shocked. Like, it's like if you never had a Big Mac, like it's actually it's a pretty good burger, like all things considered.
It's not high quality or anything, but it's tasty.
It's tasty.
It is tasty.
It is a tasty. It's a tasty burger.
It is a tasty burger. Not good or anything, but goddamn tasty.
Yes.
That's my food. That's what I discovered is that Big Macs were tasty.
That reminds me. I made the Nigerian beef stew that you recommended last time.
Oh, okay. Oh, awesome. Fuck yeah.
It's very good. It was very good.
Delicious.
Yes. I did a foolish thing because I read the ingredients and I went out and I shopped for the ingredients and then I came home and then I like read the recipe again and I was like, oh, that's a lot of tomato paste he's asking for. I see tomato paste on a thing and I just naturally assume it's going to be a tablespoon of tomato paste or like because that's what it fucking always is in every single dish. And so I just glossed right on. I was like, I have a tube of tomato paste. Like, I'll be fine. And I looked at the recipe. I'm like, that is more than a tube of tomato. That is more than the entire tube of the tomato paste. Yeah. I had to go out and buy the big can. I've never bought the big can of tomato paste in my entire fucking life.
It's great.
It is great. So I've never had to use an entire big can of tomato paste. So yes, that was a little bit of shock, but it was good. No, yeah, I can definitely see the comparisons to like Ethiopian food. Like,
yes, 100%.
It's there. I kind of honestly like I was kind of like, man, shit, I wish I had like some injera for this. That would be really nice.
Yeah, yeah. Just like I think a couple more spices and like you had Ethiopian.
Yeah, no, it was very tasty. So very down with that. But yeah, so I've been getting into modular synthesis recently.
Cool.
That has been the big fucking thing. So I not in real life because I can't afford that. Since I'm not gonna buy a fucking Euro rack and actually like set up shit. But yeah. So
I knew some of those words.
I mean, do you know what I'm talking about when I say a modular synth?
I mean,
have I gone like too deep into the weeds here?
A synthesizer that you can modulate. Okay,
so I'll show you what I'm talking about, and once you see it, you'll be like, oh.
Is it the box? You're talking about the box?
Yeah, stuff? It's like the big fucking like box where you can like slap shit into it. Like actually, if you just go to Wikipedia and search Euro rack, it's like the first picture, and it's like
yes. This is what. Yeah,
the box with the blinky lights and the attached cables to shit and like magic.
I did a lot. I messed with these a lot, also on the computer.
Yes,
in high school and stuff. So
yeah. So there's this plugin for audio software called Cardinal, which is based on a plugin called VCV Rack that you have to normally pay for to get like in your programs, but this is basically just like taking the free version of that and putting a wrapper around it that allows it to run out of your audio programs. It's nice. It's like this cool like open source thing. It's super sweet. Anyway, the punchline being it's fucking crazy town because like I mean, I've messed with like synthesizer stuff, like again, all in software, but like I've messed with synthesizer stuff, and I mean, like there is quite a lot you could do with synthesizers. I mean, synthesizers are like insanely deep. Any of the free ones that you use, it's like just fucking around with like wave tables and filters and shit. Like you can get all sorts of craziness, but like modular takes that completely to like fucking Jupiter, because you could plug anything into anything basically, and because it's basically just simulating like voltages going into like different little bits of stuff. If you have a voltage and you can make it go up and down, you can make sound and you can move knobs around and shit, and I've just been going down a complete and utter rabbit hole with that, because one of the really cool things with that is, creating generative music. So, setting up something that basically, instead of writing the music yourself, you set up sequencers and you set up like all sorts of different, things that move levers up and down and, fade things in and out. And then you just let it run and you record it. And it just makes music. Cool. So there might be once I finally figure some shit out, and like really get I've made some interesting things, but like nothing that I've been so inclined to record at this point. But like there might be some modular synth stuff coming out, because I've just that kind of stuff is really interesting to me, of just like creating like cool like ambient shit, by just basically turning a thing on and hitting record and just letting it do its thing for like 20 minutes. So, yeah.
A whole 20 minutes.
I mean, you could fucking go however long you want. I mean, there's people like there's videos.
I mean, 20 minutes sounded like
there's people on like on the internet, like, because I mean you get stuff like modulating over a long enough period of time and like changing and shifting. Like there's people that like let their like there's you can find videos online of people letting their patches run for like 4 or 5 hours, and not all of it's going to be gold, right? It's like you listen to it, some of it is amazing, and some like there's also like little nuggets in there you're like, holy shit, that's so fucking cool, but that's kind of the fun of it, is just kind of leaving it running for a while, using really long parameters that like allow things to kind of shift and change over time, and then just seeing what it fucking does, what comes out the other side. So interesting
really cool
stuff. Yeah.
Like living music.
Do we want to do it this time? Did you listen to those 2 tracks that I sent?
I did not get a chance, but let me just pull them up. Oh, right, yeah. Those your vocals on Pestilence Endures? Oh my god, wow.
Cookie Monster, man.
I mean, it doesn't sound like you at all, so you did a good job. Even knowing that it's you, I can't
pick it out.
I can't pick out your voice at all. I think you could afford to go even grungier on the guitars.
Yeah? Let's really blow them out.
Yeah, really. Yeah, I think you'd really blow out the guitars on this. This is a dirty song. You should get dirty with it. Yeah, I really like it. This is really good. Yeah, great. Okay, and then we are.
Yeah, that one was. I was trying to do kind of like a Boards of Canada thing, but I don't know if that's going to actually like come across.
Well, I just spent all of yesterday listening to Boards of Canada while playing it. Oh, sorry, I was getting too comfortable there. I just leaned back. I spent all yesterday listening to Boards of Canada while playing D&D. So
we're gonna see.
Yeah, I'm ready to judge
harshly.
Yeah, there's already way too much song happening. I still like it though. It's good. Yeah. I think you've achieved post rock here a little bit, but it's still, this is too much of a song still. You need to go even further beyond.
Even less song.
Yeah, even less song. I mean, seriously, like do some more just like tonal stuff, maybe like just splice in like a minute-long clip of like a random person talking with like some chimes in the background or something at one point. I don't know. Just get real weird with
man. I gotta get even more weird with it.
Yeah, man. It's Boards. You should listen to Boards of Canada while making.
Yeah, that would probably help.
Yeah, this is good though. I like this middle bit with the glitching. I'm a sucker for glitch. Yeah, actually, this whole bit after 1 minute 45 seconds up to like 2 minutes 20 seconds. I'd say that's the closest you've come so far to Boards of Canada.
Yeah, that's fair, because that was the part that I leaned into it the most. I was like, I just got this is like the getting weird with it.
Okay, well then you got the right amount of weird with it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that was close. This also reminds me a lot of Nicholas Jar.
That's fantastic. I always like to hear that.
Yeah. We are not now. So post-rock.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah.
There was a little bit of like, I feel like there was, which is apropos for the discussion we're about to have, but like there's a little Ocean Machine in there at like at times, because I was listening to a shit ton of Ocean Machine while I was making this, but there was like a tutorial that popped up on my YouTube of like, you know, Boards of Canada style music. And I was like, well, I'll watch that. And I was like, I'm going to try to do some of that shit. You know, it's like take some drums, stretch them and slow them way the fuck down, and then put a bunch of synths that are like slightly out of tune over them, and I'm like, done and done. And they're like, and then glitchy shit. I'm like, all right.
Very slow.
Drum. Yeah. You gotta, because like, I took like a drum beat and then I just took it and I like time stretched. I like doubled it time stretched so that it was just like, you know, it sounds kind of like distorted because it's been distorted because you stretch the audio out. And, you know, I did actually make a synth like patch for this, like that intro fucking synth thing, the like loud as fuck one. Like that was one that I kind of put together myself, which ended up actually sounding more like the synth from Outer Wilds when like
okay.
When the fucking, you know, nebula explodes or whatever, or the star explodes. Like I was just like,
I see that.
I was just kind of like, I made it and then I like played those chords. I was like, did I just do the Outer Wilds song? And I'm like, well, fuck it, I'm just gonna lead into it. It's cool and I like it, so it's just that's what it is. But yeah, so the Pestilence though just holds up in terms of vocals, you think?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, cool. That was the main thing I was really interested in hearing, because I was just like, okay, did I successfully do death metal vocals?
I would say okay. Well, you went a little bit more into like screamy stuff in the middle.
I mixed them, right? So I did death metal vocals, and then I also at times duetted myself with black metal vocals on top of them, because I love the sound of those two things together. It just sounds dope to me, but you know.
Yeah,
okay,
that
cool.
sounds good. Yeah,
Cookie Monster vocals.
That is not good. That's terrible.
But that's exactly what you do, and then you just add like fucking compression and reverb on top of that, and it sounds amazing. I just, you know, pestilence endures. Like that's it. That's all you do. And then
you really need those effects.
You need the effects. You throw the effects on there, and it's just fucking magic. But it's just like you do it yourself. It's just like, what? That sounds terrible. It's just like, yeah, but wait till you hear the track. It'll be fine. You got more. It's actually funny, like, because like a lot of that screamy stuff, in a lot of cases, it's a lot quieter than you think it is, you know. And there's a lot of like, I mean, some people obviously do just scream, but like you don't You don't need to. Like, you can do a lot by making it up with like up down compression and, you know, throw in a little bit of like fucking reverb and shit on there, and it's just like, oh, and then it just sounds amazing. You know, it's like doesn't even sound like you anymore. It's like every time I turn all the effects on, I'm just like, oh, okay. You know, and I'm not fucking around with much, right? Like, I'm not like pitching myself down. Like, I'm doing that with my voice, and I'm not, there's no auto tune or anything like that. I'm just, you know, just adding a little bit of spice, you know, just to fix it. Like, I'm not distorting the vocals, but I mean, anything that you do distorts the vocals, you know,
exactly.
like, am I adding distortion? No. But am I adding distortion? Yes. Anyway. So yeah, cool. All right. That's what I've been up to.
Cool. Yeah.
Shall we dive into the topic of the day?
Yes, let's do it.
So I feel like this is going to go off the rails really quickly. So I want to at least ground us a little bit in, like, where did you start with Devin Townsend? Like, as an artist,
watching his, I don't remember exactly where, but
generally,
my earliest memories of him, are watching like strapping young lad videos on Yahoo Music Video back in, like, you know, a long time ago.
Yes.
And yes, so strapping
young lad. Yeah. Was that, and like,
specifically what album? It's the one with Love on it.
Is that Alien?
No, I think
it's Alien.
Oh, yeah,
that's the one that I'm the least familiar with. Well, I mean, excluding Heavy is a really heavy thing, which I think I only just, like, for this podcast, like, actually listened to the entire thing. Like, I'd listened to parts of it, but I don't think I'd actually, like, sat down and listened to it. I had listened to Alien maybe a couple times. I listened to a shit ton of the City, and shit ton of the New Black, because those were the two ones that you like had recommended to me forever ago.
Yes. Yeah, New Black is probably my favorite one by them. Still.
Yeah,
that fucking album.
I mean, I feel like New Black is definitely the place where he becomes, like, much more Devin Townsend-y.
Yes, it is it's the transition album. Yeah.
So, you know, by the same token, I mean, because you introduced me to Devin Townsend, like, I didn't
even know that.
I mean, like, most music, like, that I listened to pretty much until I moved out of the house, you know, like, you know, I just wasn't, like, I wasn't really getting new music, like, because I just didn't really have, like, a method to do it, really.
Yes.
I guess I hadn't really discovered that, like, or maybe it wasn't really in existence yet, that, like, YouTube was just, like, a place where you can just stumble upon music. I don't think
that was not something that existed.
Yeah. So, like, I mean, you were basically my, you know, way to get new music, and so what you listened to, I listened to. Like, in early days, that was the opposite. Like,
in the very early days, it was exactly the opposite, and then that changed.
There was definitely a transition point. But I would say it's either Terria or maybe could have been was it Infinity? No, it probably wouldn't have been Infinity. What's the other one? Accelerated Evolution. It could have been Accelerated Evolution. Could have been Terria. I think between those two were likely to be my first Devin Townsend albums. I can't remember. They were pretty close. I might have listened to them at the same time, but, like, my original picture of what Devin Townsend makes as music was those two albums.
Yes, which are very much strapping young lads.
Accelerated Evolution, I would definitely agree with. Terria a little less.
No, Terria less for sure. Yeah.
Terria less.
Yes, without a doubt.
Yeah.
No, Terria not at all. Really. Accelerated Evolution, though, is definitely, I mean, it has fucking Deadhead on it and stuff. I mean, 100%.
Yeah. Which is, God.
Devin Townsend I've always thought of it as the Canadian, like, tribute album.
Oh, Terria? Yeah.
Yeah, which I think
it's about driving across Canada. That's what Terria is about. Yeah. Okay. You know, fucking nobody, only the lonely, or maybe John Denver knows a Canadian freeway. Love that shit, man. I love that. But yeah, so, I mean, you know, so we came, I guess the point of this is to establish. So, Steven, you certainly came to Devin Townsend, I think, from the heavier end of Devin Townsend.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas I came to Devin Townsend much more from the melodic. I now like basically all of his stuff. But, like, I certainly came from the much more towards the melodic side of things.
Yeah, and he's changed a lot over the years.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I guess that's kind of the next thing that we gotta go to is, you know, so, I mean,
his original stuff, like his first thing was doing vocals for Steve Vai.
Yes.
Right? Like, that's his actual first thing. And then he, like, gets frustrated with that. And like, I don't know how to bring this up organically, but like something that really affects his like, evolution as an artist, is the fact that he's bipolar. Yes. And so like, before he was like properly handling that, he was a very different artist as well. And like Heavy is a Heavy thing, right? It's just like him literally just being fucking pissed off. Like he made a pissed off album as his first album. Yeah. I don't really like Heavy is Really Heavy thing that much though.
Yeah, I feel like he hadn't really found the sound yet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
there's glimpses of it.
Yeah, and he's also a synesthesia, which we should also go ahead and say right at the start, right? It's just like he also composes music by like looking at it, essentially, like automatic. Like he doesn't use music notation like as heavily, right? When composing.
That really? Is that I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah. I mean,
that
is my understanding.
Synesthetic, right there. Okay,
yeah, that's my understanding.
Production style, interesting.
So he has a totally like different view of his music in a way, which is, I mean, I don't even know what really to say about that other than that it's crazy in like a good way.
Yeah,
I can't even imagine how that like affects how he composes all of his stuff.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of evolved his style over time. I think he has over time kind of gotten more towards what I struggle to call cohesive, but
oh god,
something more like if I listen to I think probably from like what's the right point? Maybe from like Addicted on.
Oh, for sure, from Addicted on.
I feel like from Addicted on, like, I mean, there obviously is some outliers in there. Like Deconstruction is a little bit of an outlier. But I think from Addicted on, he kind of like figured it out, like what he wants to generally make. But I mean, we went from Addicted straight to Deconstruction, and Deconstruction is like insane, and then Ghost is like the exact opposite of that. So like, but I think I've seen a common thread from Addicted straight through to like, I mean, because I listen to Puzzles and Snuggles, which I still have that kind of general Devin Townsend thread through them,
Yeah, although there's a lot of different artists on that one too.
Well, I mean, he's
doing a lot more
collaboration,
ensemble work,
Well, I mean, Empath was not that he hasn't been doing that for a while, but Empath was the huge one on that. I mean, you look at the personnel on that; it was like 1 million people.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But okay, so
what I'm doing right now is I'm just, because there's so many Devin Townsend albums. I didn't listen to all of them recently at this point.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm trying to remember Deconstruction here, because like, yeah, sure, Deconstruction is like kind of heavy, right, and that it's like intense and fast. But it's intense in the same way that like Ziltoid the Omniscient is intense.
I was about to say, it's a Ziltoid album without the Ziltoid in it.
Exactly. And I will say, re-listening to Ziltoid the Omniscient, I forgot how many songs on that album are bangers.
Yeah, you know what? Okay, that's funny. Amazing. I did the same thing. I went back and I'm like, I think I unfairly maligned Ziltoid the Omniscient.
Yeah, well, because it's surrounded by all this bullshit. And it's like, I get it, Devin Townsend. You want to be like positive and fun now, and you want to something else I did is I watched a live show.
Which one?
I watched his. Let me look at my YouTube history here. It was recent, like last year.
Okay. So probably not one I've seen then, because I mean, Royal Albert Hall is not Royal Albert Hall is the whatever the fucking one it is. Maybe it's Royal Albert Hall, but the one that everybody is like, that's the one.
Full set Bloodstock 2021.
Nice.
Hour and 30 minutes of Devin Townsend, modern Devin Townsend. My God, he's very positive.
Yes,
now he's so positive. he's literally like, he would make a joke. And like, you could see his brain click over, and he's like, "Oh, some people probably like are gonna take that the wrong way." And so he immediately is like, "Just kidding, guys. I love you. Like, that was just a joke." And it's like, I don't know what point I'm trying to make here. It's weird to see. I mean, he says it right at the start, right? It's like, "Are you ready for some Canadian awkwardness?" And it's like, man, he is 100% right.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've seen him live a few times, and he is exactly that way.
It's endearing in a way, but also weird that like Skullet Man from Strapping Young Lad is like fun dad now.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. I mean, yeah, he is completely. It's actually interesting to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. I mean, I'm very happy that he's like found a good place. I mean, it's awesome. But it's also just like amazing at the same time.
I forget which albums are Skullet albums sometimes. Because I think that I'm just trying. I think it's I think even Teria I think was still a Skullet album.
No,
I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Because if you watch, I can't remember what videos I was watching. But I was I was watching a video. Yeah, because he still has a Skullet up until 2005. So Teria is still a Skullet album.
Oh my god! Wow.
Yeah. He doesn't cut that until I don't even know when. Probably Devin Townsend project.
Yeah, probably.
Which, by the way, if you've never seen a picture of Devin Townsend with his Skullet,
oh yeah, you have.
God, you're in for a treat.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, oh my god, he looked so much cooler with the Skullet. I'm sorry, just 100%, way more badass.
He looked insane.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he looked insane. It was great. No one else could rock that thing.
But now he's a giant thumb, and he's my favorite thumb.
Everyone, let's have a good time.
So okay, let's reel it in.
Yeah, let's reel it in.
I feel like the only way we're gonna be able to go through this, because God, it's this is, I can already feel that we're meandering, and I know it's hard not to, but it's I feel like we should pick some songs out of some of these time periods and just kind of talk about them a little bit, because I can't see any other way to do this. Just genuinely.
Okay.
Off of, so what is it, City in the New Black? Are those, around, out of Strapping Young Lad, are there any in particular that you want to talk about off of those? And I'll tell you genuinely, for those who are listening in right now, I'm going down Devin's Wikipedia. This might not necessarily be in 100% chronological order, but it's just easier to look at the Wikipedia article and kind of pick from things. So,
oh yeah, I'm also looking at the Wikipedia article 100%. I mean, there's no way. I mean, I love City is okay, I gotta stop using so much. All Hail the New Flesh on City is pure. I mean, I know Detox is the more popular song, I think, but All Hail the New Flesh just gets me. It's just all hail.
Yeah, I mean, he's just massive scream throughout the beginning of it.
It's just.
I think speaking of this song and just City in general as an album, I don't think I've ever heard another album that sounds like City.
Yeah, it's so aggressive.
It's batshit.
Yeah, because there's so much metal that's heavy and dark, a lot of black metal or death metal, but it's it's depressive almost in a way, right? Or gory, right? Where it's this feels like some thug is coming, some I'm trying to remember what's the word for a London
a hooligan?
A hooligan, yes, thank you. You're an old man and a group of hooligans are coming and kicking at your shins or something. Get out of here, old man, we're gonna stab you. And it's it's a unique feeling for an album to get.
Yeah, it's an album that's fucking yelling at you.
Yeah, and his vocals have remained amazing. Although I think he can't do some of his vocals anymore.
I mean, you know what? I think he doesn't do some of his vocals anymore.
I think that's probably exactly.
I mean, there is some degree of you get older and you just can't do certain things anymore with your voice. It just is what it is. I remember referencing our last podcast, just because it's recent in my memory. I think it was even I was at one of the shows, one of the Protest the Hero shows, and he's man, this song was way easier to do when I was 19.
Yeah.
He's
yes.
I'm 30 whatever now, and it's just this song fucking sucks to do, and I'm just yeah, I bet.
Yeah, I believe.
But I mean, so during all this lockdown stuff, in COVID and all that, Devin had done a bunch of quote unquote live concerts in the meantime. He did the entirety of Ocean Machine. When we get to that, we'll get to that. But at the end of Ocean Machine, trying to remember exactly what the track is, but at the end of Death of Music, he has that insane scream that he does that comes out of nowhere and scares the shit out of me every time I'm not paying attention. He does that, and he does that, like a year ago. So can he still do those vocals? Yes, he can. I can understand why maybe he doesn't always do that.
Yeah. So yeah, City is amazing.
City is City's one of those albums that I find I have no idea how to classify it. It's just it's like what kind of metal is City? It's just it's City metal, man. It's
Devin Townsend.
Yeah, and it's like a one point in time. I don't think he ever really made anything exactly because even Alien and the New Black are not really like City.
No, they're not. They're nowhere near.
Yeah, Alien and the New Black, I think, are similar-ish.
Yeah. City is definitely his magnum opus as far as Strapping and Lad is concerned, I think. But Alien is good. I think probably him trying to relive a little bit what he did with
and Love
City.
Is the big one off of that, right?
Yes, exactly.
This is because this has definitely got immediately is more groove to it, which is I think really what New Black brought.
Yep, New Black is the train. It's that's when I think he finally gave up.
Yeah, New Black definitely feels like it's more of a Devin Townsend album.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's when he was like, okay, I'm gonna just make my own shit. I'm gonna give you this last thing, and then
we're
done.
Track off of Wrong Side off of New Black.
Oh, you think Wrong Side? Really? Wait, let me listen to it. Because
is that the one that I'm thinking of?
For me, it's Always You Suck. That's my favorite.
That's also a good one.
Driving home from school when I was 16 or whatever, I don't know, just driving down Providence Road, windows down, blaring "You Suck."
Just peak teenage angst right there.
Yeah. Oh, it was so good. Oh, I love it.
No, you know why it's Wrong Side for me off of New Black is because it's got the sweep arpeggios.
Oh my god!
It's save the world and I'll be on. It's the fucking.
I forgot. I did forget how good this song was. Yeah, Wrong Side is great. It's this song. Yeah.
Oh god!
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. How can he sing like this?
How can he sing like that?
Yeah, it's just fucking amazing voice.
Yeah.
Get up.
So we have to talk about this because Devin Townsend is. I mean, this is the thing, right? I mean, Devin Townsend is even though I don't. Because I saw an interview with him, and I think he's one of those things where he doesn't think of. I seem to remember he doesn't think of himself as a vocalist.
That's hilarious.
That's what he talks about. He's I am known for my vocals.
He's a producer. He's a producer. Is what
I think he thinks of himself as a guitarist. Is what I
I mean, that makes sense. Yeah.
It's just he's but vocals is the thing that I have to watch the interview again. I don't totally remember, but it's the point is he doesn't think of himself necessarily as a vocalist, but vocals are the thing, that everybody gravitates towards with him. It's just he's. I mean, God, he's just as somebody that wants to be a vocalist, and I like doing voice shit, right? I mean, I wanted to start a podcast because I wanted to fucking talk,
yes, yeah.
And I would love anybody out there, I'd love to do fucking voiceover work. I'd love to. It would be my the perfect thing in my life is could I do voiceover work? I'd love to do that kind of shit, and I'd like fucking singing and stuff. And Devin, he's the person I'm just God, if only, But what I will say, because everybody talks about the crazy high shit that he does, which is super fucking cool. I actually find, because some of that stuff, you just have to just go for it. You just have to just fucking do it, And some of that stuff I can do. It's the shit that's in the middle that I find the most insane is his regular voice screams, the shit on on Deadhead, or the shit on Kingdom, where he's just whoa, that kind of stuff. I don't know how to make my voice actually do what. I mean, maybe it's just the particular unique timbres of his voice, because it's
the whisper screaming that
the
he
whisper
does.
It's so that's the stuff
I don't
I'm just
understand either.
I'm God, if only I could do that, because it's it can go high scream with my voice, and it's not
he's doing something weird. He's like
doing something weird. I'm like, fuck, how do you do that, man? How do you make that happen with your voice? I want to do that. So yeah, Devin Townsend. I'm just hugely jealous of his vocal abilities.
Oh. Yeah, he's one of those artists where if I'm singing along, I cannot even get close. Yeah. It's like, if I'm listening to a fucking, like, Log,
Rome.
Right? Rome. Yeah, Rome. Yes, Rome. Rome is one you can just, like, I am matching his vocals exactly. I got this.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I think that pretty much covers Strapping Young Lad, right?
I mean, so I guess the thing to say about Strapping Young Lad really is like, I mean, so that was your entry to it. I definitely listened to Strapping Young Lad somewhat after the fact, but I did, I did go, because the thing I always found with Strapping Young Lad is like, at first I was just like, I don't know what I'm listening to, I was just like, This is so fucking weird. Like, I was like, I don't know if I like this or if I don't. It's just like, I just don't know. I don't even know what this is, Over time, I've been like, oh God, like, although I will say, I don't listen to much Strapping Young Lad anymore. And like, I mean, it'll be interesting to hear what the album is that you gravitated towards the most. Because like, I certainly had one in particular that I kept going back to, because I was just like, I would listen to stuff and I'm like, yeah, but I kind of just really want to listen to like this album.
I don't know. I everything before like 2010 for me is kind of just like, I like all of it. So I don't know if I have one of those. I don't know if I have a singular album. And what's crazy though, right, is that like, while he's making all these Strapping Young Lad albums, right, like, which would for any regular artist be a perfectly reasonable amount of output, right? It's like 6 albums over 10 years. That's pretty damn good. Yeah. He's just knocking out fucking solo albums this whole time, and Devin Townsend albums.
Oh yeah,
just like,
because right after City, he made Ocean Machine.
Yeah, he made Ocean Machine.
And Ocean Machine is the album I kept going back to.
Yeah. The exact opposite.
Ocean Machine is insane. Ocean Machine, to me, is close to one of the most perfect albums. I don't even know if it's necessarily my favorite Devin Townsend album, but like, very similar to City, I don't know that there's ever going to be another album that's like Ocean Machine. Like, and the particular song that I want to highlight off of Ocean Machine, because I kept going back to it, is Funeral.
See, what's also interesting for me about doing this whole thing was, because I listened to this a lot in the car, the back half of these albums,
never made it to them.
Not as familiar to me as some of the front halves of these albums.
Yeah. Like, the thing that really catches me about this album, because I mean, I started...
Oh yeah. This song with the fucking guitar, like, trills.
Guitar trills?
I don't know how to describe what's happening in my ears right now. Jason, give me a break.
Are you thinking maybe of, like, a delay?
I don't know. It's when the guitar does, like... I guess it's reverb,
it's pinch
probably.
Harmonics. Pinch
harmonics. Yes, I did not know that word.
It's okay. That's what... You have a guitar player that that's me.
Yes.
I can tell you what the things are. But no, here's the thing about pretty much all of Ocean Machine is there was definitely a period in my life where, I really thought metal had to be technical to be good. Right?
Sure. Yeah, we all go through that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
album,
it's
a natural evolution.
This album, by and large, is not complicated to play on the guitar. I mean, like, what's the backing guitar doing? Like, he's going, chung, 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 chung. And, Devin's playing, like, a little bit of, like, a lick.
Yes. Because this is literally, if I'm, again, remembering this and reading this right, just like, City was, like, essentially he was in a manic phase, right? And he wrote City. And then he went into a depressive phase and wrote Ocean Machine.
Yeah.
And then he, checked himself into a hospital and got a bipolar diagnosis, got medicated, and then immediately wrote Infinity after that in like I apparently like a week after he was out of the hospital.
Jeez.
Just like, so that's like his trifecta of like figuring his shit out, essentially.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that it's like his simplest album, because it was probably a lot of effort for him to get it out.
And it's just like, there's just something about like the way that this album like is produced. It's just full of like washy reverb and like just, I mean, like you hear it on the guitars, it's like all these like washy reverbs and stuff, and it's just like this really big but like almost like weirdly empty album. It's just like, and it's like, I mean, he's he's yelling or screaming or whatever you want to call it, on this song, right?
Yeah.
But it's so delicate somehow. Like, this is like, it's because you hear a lot of like, you'll hear sometimes where people will kind of mix like pretty sounding shit, right, with like screaming in a way that like almost feels like it's done to lean into like the dichotomy of it. It's just like, oh, we have like these really nice chords and stuff, and I'm screaming over it. It's just like, oh, how artistic and smart am I? This album, for some reason, it's like the prettiest screamy album that I've ever heard in my life. It's just like, it just sounds like, it's like all of the screaming, like it's just like, it meshes so nicely into the rest of the album without it being like abrasive. It's just hugely emotional. Because I mean, this song in particular, I know, is hugely emotional because it's about, do you know the history behind Funeral?
Nope.
So it was basically like some kid that he had known, like when he was growing up, like got stabbed to death over a hat.
Oh my God.
Like, like some kids basically jumped him and like wanted to take his hat and stabbed him to death over it. And and then he went to the funeral, and like he was just like, this is like so fucking senseless, like, why is this kid dead? And then he made this album. No, he made this song, not this album. He made this song, and like it's just like it's just, I mean, the whole thing is just like fucking blows me away, like, I mean, he had like his live show, that he did, quote unquote live show. It was, the played it live, but was, recorded type of thing. And he did the entirety of this album. And also obviously he played this song. It's just like, it hits. It hits. It really does. Like, so yeah, if I was going to highlight one, cause I love the shit out of this album, but if I was going to highlight one song, it's gotta be Funeral. Like, it's such a different type of sound than like any, and I don't know if he's ever gonna make another album that's like this. I don't know if anyone could make another album that's like this, but like,
I don't know if he's capable of making an album like this.
Yeah, this might be one of those ones where it's just like you get one,
he was in the right headspace for it.
So I love this album. It's super unique. It's still a Devin Townsend album, but it's just like it's a different side that we don't see as often anymore as we used to.
I think this was probably his first time, like, exploring his, Devin Townsend side, right?
Absolutely.
Musically instead of strapping on lead. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's see here. And then he did Infinity. Yeah.
So Infinity. Infinity is, I listen to a lot of Infinity, but I don't know if it's my favorite of his albums. I feel like Infinity and also Physicist are kind of in a category where I'm just kind of like, I didn't listen to Physicist growing up, but I did go back and listen to it. But like, I feel like they have a similar kind of thing to them, and they're okay. Like, they're not my favorite of his stuff.
I would say these are the first like Devin Townsend project. You know? Like, even though it wasn't official yet, but like, this is him exploring that. Mm-hmm. It's like a little sillier, right?
Yeah.
Like, a little bit of silliness there, levity, but he's still, the only thing he's used to doing heavy stuff. So that's what still is mostly there.
Yeah, and I mean, some of it more than others. Like, I mean, fucking like Noisy Pink Bubbles is just like,
yeah.
It's an interesting album. It's another one where it's just kind of like, I feel like it's a little bit off in its own space.
Yeah, it was always when I listened to this album in the past, it was always the album that, like, it felt like each song was its own completely different song.
It doesn't have the same coherency as maybe some of the other ones do.
Exactly. I think that's the big thing.
Which I guess, based on what you said about how it was created, it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just kind of a dump. It's just like, all right, here's all of the shit that I'm feeling right now. Go.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just a pure dump.
He just took a dump on us.
Yeah.
All right. So then Physicist.
Yes. Which is, I don't know, bad.
Yeah.
Maybe his worst album, potentially, even?
I mean, he certainly thinks so. He hates Physicist.
I look at this album listing of tracks, and I see nothing. I see no songs that I
The only song on here that I think matters is fucking Kingdom.
Yep, that is the one.
And I like the redone version of it off of, I think, Epic Cloud.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, actually, The one that's
Kingdom is good. You're right.
Kingdom is incredible. Have you seen the? Here, I'll send you if you haven't. Seen
he played this in the concert actually.
Yeah,
too.
It's the only one that's really survived from this album as being like the big one. But have you seen the like the one where he just kind of like does it solo? I'll send it to you if you haven't seen this. But like this is, if you ever need to like tell people about like Devin Townsend, this is usually the one. Okay, so I put it in the general chat.
Okay. Forms.
Just watch this real quick.
I think I have seen this, but I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah,
again anyway.
I love watching it because it's just so insane listening to him fucking sing. Oh god, his fucking voice! Wow.
Yeah, how the fuck does he do that?
I know, it's like, wow. I can't fucking do it. Like that middle voice. I'm just like, God, you bastard! You're so good.
He's just hilarious. He's so good. He's so good.
He's such a fucking talented ass musician.
Yeah, it's amazing to watch him sing, especially in just like a tiny studio like that.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, definitely his worst album. Oh, and then what did he do after that? Oh, then he did Terria.
Yeah. Terria is
very big. Departure.
It's tough to call. Terria might be my favorite album. That might just be because it was like really one of the first ones that I listened to by him. But Terria is just it's just such an album. I don't really know how to describe it.
It's a nice album.
It is nice.
It's nice. It's nice.
You just like you love to see it.
You just like to see a nice. It's every once in a while. It's nice to have just a nice album. You know, it starts nice. It stays nice pretty much the whole way through.
I mean, Earth Day gets pretty insane.
But it's Earth Day, right? Like the song is called Earth Day, so even if it gets really heavy, it's like it's Earth Day, and it's like, oh yeah, it's Earth Day. That's nice.
Eat your beets, Steven. Don't eat your beets.
Nice. Yeah. It's nice that it's Earth Day.
It's your birthday. It's on Earth Day.
Earth Day, exactly. It's just like, yeah, it's a heavy song, but it's nice.
Yeah. Terry is another one. Terry is another one where it's got that like Terry is heavier than Ocean Machine, but it has that kind of just like magic of just like, how is this so nice sounding when it's like intense at times?
It's big. It's like there's like it feels like he's playing it in like an opera room or something.
I mean, he is hugely influenced like my own production because he's just like he loves the just like I mean, he's known for his wall of sound production, you know. And it's like it's like these massive reverbs and just like putting everything through just sounds like it's coming from fucking everywhere. I do love that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it's quiet. It's like it's not anywhere getting close to like breaking the microphone or peaking or anything.
I mean, what's your standout track on this album? Because I know what mine is.
The standout? Oh my god, dude! You're asking me. I don't know. Probably. I don't know. Earth Day, maybe. I gotta listen to Mountain one more time.
Mountain's a great song.
Just gotta remember. No, not Mountain. No, it's Earth Day.
Earth Day is really good.
Yeah. See, again, this is one of those ones where it's like I don't think I ever made it past Down and Under.
Well,
on my drive.
Good, because mine is within the first half. Deep Peace.
Oh, Deep Peace is good. Deep Peace is one of the slower ones, though. Right?
Yeah, it's got that weird like kind of like sort of off kilter like cymbal thing at the beginning, and then it has what I think personally for me is one of the best, if not the best, guitar solo ever. Like full stop at like
this is a great song.
Deep Peace is insanely good. Like Deep Peace might be like everybody says Deadhead, and I know why, because Deadhead as a vocalist is batshit insane and amazing, but you can't sleep on fucking Deep Peace. Deep Peace is just like, if you want to see him at his best as a guitarist, like, oh fuck man, it's so good.
Yeah, this song to me is just like, it's a Love Supreme from Flower King. This song gives me the exact same, just like, this is a truly like happy, because Devin Townsend, we'll talk about this later, I'm sure, but so Devin Townsend kind of gets saccharine a little bit as he goes.
Oh, absolutely.
And like, this is not saccharine. This is like the appropriate level of like good.
I know what you mean. Because I mean, he goes like full like, you know, positivity, which is cool. You know, I'm down with that. For God's sakes,
his second most recent album is The Puzzle / Snuggle.
Yes.
It's an album called Snuggles, people. Okay, that's where we've ended up. That's in 20 years from now, from Terria. In 20 years, he's going to go from Deep Peace to Snuggles. There's a descent happening here, or an ascent, depending on how you want to look at it.
I'm just listening to this guitar solo because it's just, I don't learn guitar solos generally because it's just like I'm not that good of a guitarist most of the time. B, it's just I don't care anymore. I used to know this entire one, and I would be willing to learn it again because it is so fucking good. It's just like if the man is gonna solo, he's gonna do it for a reason, and it was a good reason. Like, it's just gorgeous, and it's so unique and weird, and like Tom Morello fucking hitting the whammy pedal on Audioslave songs.
You mean like the part around 5 minutes?
Yeah,
right?
I guess I'm listening. I'm in the whole album, but it's probably around 5 minutes. Yeah, Peace, Devin Townsend.
Well, it's like I'm sure that's just a fucking like classical.
I mean, it starts earlier, but yeah. I mean, actually, most of the song is like a guitar solo. But it's like it's around like 3 minutes and 20 some odd seconds.
Oh, 3 minutes. Okay. Even
that's where it starts. I mean, and it just keeps going all the way. You were kind of at the end.
Yeah. Well, because it starts very rocky and metally, but at the end there, it's like, that's pure classical, right?
Oh, yeah. But I love that like intro, like the do 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 do. Like,
yeah, it's a wonderful.
Yeah, there we go. First comment on the YouTube. Sits comfortable on the throne as one of the most epic melodic solos of all time. Yes, agree. 100%. The other thing I got to say about this album as well, and you mentioned it because this is like a Canada tribute album sort of thing. This album feels like Canada. And I thought that before I knew what it was about. I was just like, this album feels like Canada. I don't know how or why, but it just feels like Canada.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't know what that means. And anybody that is there anyone out there that feels the same way about this album if you've listened to it? Like, I don't know what it is.
I do.
I know you do. At least. But I really wonder, is there something is there something Canadian about this album that somebody could point me to and be like, oh, this is why you think it sounds okay? I would love to know, because it really does. I'm like, there's something about this just sounds like Canada, and I don't know why it sounds like Canada, but I just can't help but be like, yeah, it sounds like Canada. So, Terria, sounds like Canada. So we get into DevLab and the Hummer. If I'm going through the list, I know we're kind of ignoring Devin Townsend project stuff.
Yeah, I was going to ignore DevLab and the Hummer. Do you want to actually talk about?
No,
those?
I don't. Okay, cool. Because I don't really, I don't listen to ambient. I don't really. Ambient is not a thing that I care about.
I think the Wikipedia might be missing something here on DevLab actually, because it says his first ambient album, and I'm pretty sure his last.
Well, isn't the Hummer also ambient?
Oh, is it? Oh, you're right. Okay. Neither of them are very good.
Honestly and truly, I don't know how to judge ambient music because I don't know what.
Yeah. Well, as someone who has listened to a smattering of minimalist ambient stuff, this is not great ambient stuff.
I believe you.
I guess. I don't know. I'm not a great judge of ambient stuff either, ultimately, but it's on the Hummer is on the it's too exciting to be ambient music scale, if that makes any sense.
Yes.
And then DevLab is boring, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to talk about them very much.
Okay.
They seem like outliers, to be honest, in his discography. It's he was trying something out, and that's cool, but I don't need to talk about his hobbyist album. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah. I So I don't have anything to say about them. I don't really know anything about those things. So okay, but Ziltoid.
Yeah.
So shit, I didn't realize. I forgot. Oh, I did realize, but I forgot. Hyperdrive is on fucking the original version of Hyperdrive.
Yes.
I love Hyperdrive.
An amazing song.
So yeah, better album than I remember.
And By Your Command.
By Your Command, also incredible. I think even Solar Winds is good if I recall correctly.
Yeah, Solar Winds is pretty good.
Yeah, there's some pretty.
There's some good stuff.
Yeah. Now, I mean, I think that what I was thinking of is I was thinking of the second the second Ziltoid, which has way more skits in it.
Yeah, to me, Devin Townsend kind of has lost his true musicianship at some point, and I feel like Z2 is definitely square in the middle of his what are you doing, man? Stop it. For God's sake, stop it, please. Oh my God, no. phase.
But I mean, you know, I listened to a version that had all the skits pulled out. And it's
I'm sure it's
not a bad album. It's just not my favorite. Like, I mean, like there's songs on there that people love, and you know there are good songs on there, but like, my God, forgot how good Hyperdrive is.
Yeah, Ziltoid. I mean, most of Ziltoid is still an album.
It is still an album.
It's surrounded by some bullshit, but most of it is an album, and it's great. It's still well within. It's still right on the cusp of his like getting shitty period. It's like Ziltoid the Initiation is probably he made that, and he was like, oh man, people are buying this. Okay, I can get real weird with it then. All right, okay, I'm opening up the floodgates.
And he got real weird with it.
You got real weird with it, pretty much. I mean, Ziltoid was weird, but then he got even weirder.
I think that we should skip down in the Wikipedia a little bit now that I'm looking at it, and maybe cover Accelerated Evolution and Synkestra, and then the rest of most of Devin Townsend project before we jump back up to Dark Matters.
Yep.
All right, let's do it. So Accelerated Evolution may be my so. I have a trouble deciding what my favorite Devin Townsend album is. Accelerated Evolution is a serious contender.
Yes, it's one of his better albums for sure. I have to remember what my favorite ones are now. Depth Charge is amazing. Yeah, this one has a nice back and forth too. Oh yeah, Random Analysis. Oh yeah,
Random Analysis is great.
Yeah, and of course Deadhead.
Yeah, I mean, so Deadhead is an amazing song, right? I love Deadhead. Yes. It is up there with some of his best songs of all time. It's certainly one of his craziest vocal performances. You know, like he just goes fucking ham with it. So Deadhead, yes, it is great. I actually really like the back half of this album though.
Yeah, Suicide and Traveler.
Sunday Afternoon, love Sunday Afternoon. Slow Me Down is an awesome finishing track for this. This is and again, this album is by and large, it's not that complicated of an album, from a musical standpoint, but it's composed so well that you don't give a shit. You're just this rules. The whole album just fucking rules. That's the only way that I can really describe it.
So this was chronologically between after Terraria, but before Alien, but right after Strapping Young Lad, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So he shat out a Strapping Young Lad album, and then he made this, which is
I mean,
great.
The whole album is just insanely well done.
It's right there. It's the perfect. Again, it's this period right before 2010 is when he's getting comfortable with his new style, but he's still keeping some of the trappings of Strapping Young Lad's heaviness.
The Trappings?
The Strapping Trappings. Yeah, exactly.
There we go. That's going to be the title of this podcast.
Yeah. The Strapping Trappings. And it's just this is to me at least, this is premium Devin Townsend, right? It doesn't get better than this period, 2002 to 2007.
Well, I'm going to include 2009 because there's some really good albums in that period of time. But we can talk about it. But
yes. And then Synkestra, I mean, Accelerated Evolution is amazing.
Yes.
I mean, Suicide. I don't remember Suicide.
I mean, so if there was a song you had to pick off of this,
Random Analysis. Okay. No question. That's the one. It's Taken, Give.
Yeah. That is.
Yeah. I love it. It's so. It's it's got this you can almost feel like you're gonna snap to it. You know.
Yeah.
It's just a great sense of movement.
Yeah, I mean this album is just it makes such good use of just every song has just just a thing going for it, and it's just well composed. I know I said it already.
Yeah, he's getting comfortable with pop stuff.
Yes, this is
music.
Poppy, but it's so it's well put together.
Yes.
Yeah, for me, I think excluding Deadhead, because Deadhead, it's just yes, Deadhead is amazing, but Sunday Afternoon for me, on this one, I love just because Devin tunes his guitars in a really weird way. It's this really big open tuning. It's a lot of repeating the same notes. It's what is it? It's I think it's C D C D C E or something. So it's just I can't remember exactly what it is. But yeah, I have a guitar tuned to it because I fucking love Devin Townsend's music and I play it all the fucking time. But it's such a cool tuning because it you have strings that have like different, timbres to them tuned to the same note. So you could play a lot of these like really big, like open shit on the guitar, and it just sounds big and amazing and great. And like, I feel like Sunday Afternoon is one of those tracks that like really takes advantage of that. It's got like, like these just nice like strums to it that just like, it just sounds so fucking good. It's such a signature sound, and it's so on display in that particular track.
Let me listen here.
Sunday Afternoon.
Yes. Yeah, no, yeah. 100%. That like kind of off tune. Yes. Yeah, it's a great sound.
In a place. Fuck. So yeah. Accelerated. It's up there for me. Like, it is a serious contender for my favorite Devin album. Like, it's close.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if it's there, but it's fucking close. So then Synkestra.
And I can't believe we almost forgot Synkestra.
We didn't. I wasn't going to let us pass over Synkestra.
Good. Okay, because I love
Synkestra is, I think, where he starts going insane.
Yes, exactly. Yes. This is truly his, like, I don't give a shit anymore. Let's just fucking go.
Like, I didn't listen to Synkestra for a really long time. It's actually one of the last Devin Townsend albums I listened to. Until his more recent stuff.
Sure.
I was just like, oh, wow, this is fucking crazy. But, like, it makes so much sense where he went, like, later on. He was coming back to a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, exactly. But, like, with more confidence in, like, himself.
Oh, yeah. He was just like, fuck it. I'm going to really do this. Like, that thing that I was trying to do with Synkestra, I'm going to do it in like, in my later albums. Any particular standouts out of this one?
I mean, I don't know. This is a hard one for me. I love almost every single, I mean, I don't know, man. The album, possibly, is my favorite song element. I mean, it's got to be Vampira, though.
I mean, for you, I could see that. Because that one is the most, like, I think that's got the most strapping young lad in it.
I don't know. Hypergeek is pretty fucking...
Really?
Yeah, man. 1 minute.
Well, okay, yeah, when it explodes, yeah, okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the song is the explosion, right? I mean, all that stuff in the front half is just build up to, like, the fucking...
Yeah. I mean, I guess Pixelate as well, probably.
Yeah, Pixelate. I don't know. This is still, again, this is still well within his, like,
Well, yeah, he hadn't even released the new Black yet.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll tell you what it is for me, though. It's Notes from Africa. I mean, that fucking intro riff, like...
Yes.
It's like...
Was Notes from Africa on? Oh, it was on the original track.
Yeah, it was at the back half, so you probably didn't get to it in your car, Steve.
Oh, no, this song. No. Okay, no. As soon as that, like, guitar bend, I guess, at, like, 125.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Notes from Africa.
My brain was like, oh, no, I remember that.
Rules. But, like, again, he does so much with just, like, it's like a motif, He has a motif, and he rolls with that, and just makes an incredible fucking song around it.
Well, yeah. Well, apparently because he's just literally just, like, looking at the music, literally.
Well, yeah. I mean, Synkestra, right?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. I never put that together until just now.
Well, I never knew the other side of it, so, I was just like, oh, cool, there we go, Synkestra.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm just reading the Wikipedia article here on Synkestra. Apparently, he decided to stop taking his medication for Alien, and he put together this right after that. So, no wonder it's so weird. He was getting weird.
He got weird with it with Synkestra.
Very weird. Yeah. A very fun album.
So yeah, then
where does that leave us?
So let's jump back to Devin. Let's jump to Devin Townsend project. We'll pick up with like Dark Matters and the rest of his new solo stuff after that. But we got to talk about DTP. I actually think that
you just use a fucking shorthand for Devin Townsend project? Is that what you just tried to sneak that one in there?
Oh, sorry. I think people call it. That's what they call it. It's DTP.
Devin Townsend. DTP. Just like the way you just like it was so casual. I don't know.
Because all of the shit. Like if you look at like the album for Key.
Oh yeah, man. It's Key. It's DTP. It's DTP.
I mean, that's the literal. It's like it's DTP. Yeah, it's DTP, like it's literally DTP, got the initials. Like that's
whatever, man. DTP. I'm down, man, with that DTP. It's like
you fucking bastard. Okay, yes. Anyway, so yes, I just casually dropped DTP on you.
The Devin Townsend project album Kai. Yes.
Key.
Yeah. So what do you think of it? What do you think of this album?
This is Oh, this is probably my favorite album by him. I think it has to be. It's really tough. It's really tough. But like it's like neck and neck between this and Ocean Machine, with like Terria and Accelerated Evolution like kind of around there as well. Like those 4 albums, but like this is from start to finish like just a gorgeous album. And it's so unique because like I don't know if
it is very unique.
I don't know if you ever like he did a bunch of podcasts where he talked about kind of like the histories of like how the albums came together. And I love this album so much I listened to the whole damn thing.
Sure.
He worked with a drummer, Durst Maxwell, who is a Canadian, I think he's a session drummer. And I think that, you know, like he kind of took him out of his element a little bit from like what he was kind of talking about in the thing, where he's just like there was a lot of friction at times in doing this album, because it was just kind of like between him and the drummer and the bassist. It was just kind of like, it was like, okay, well, I'm looking for this exact thing, and like I need you to do it. And the drummer's like, I don't fucking know how to do this for you, you know? But like what it comes out as is just like, it's kind of like, I don't want to say jazzy because that's kind of the wrong word.
No, it's pretty jazzy.
So I'm not crazy.
I wouldn't disagree with that. No, it's this album has
it's got swing. It's got a little bit of funk to it.
Yeah, funk, 100%.
Oh Jesus! I like this. For me, this is one of those ones where you're like, well, what song? All of them, fucking all of them. Like this album for me is just crazy how good it is. What's your thoughts?
What's your favorite? You know, so do you have a favorite song though? You said
yeah. Let me. Okay,
song?
So for me, I think
I want to hear what your favorite is. First.
I think it. I mean, it might be the title track. Let me.
Key. Okay.
Yeah. Let me just. I think it is. It's. Let me listen to a playlist so I can. The one that I was listening to didn't have the tracks listed out.
Yeah.
Is that the one? Oh no. Hang on.
Is it Train
No,
Fire?
it's Terminal.
Okay.
God, Terminal. Oh god. Like peak quiet Devin. Like none of the things that I normally come to Devin Townsend for. You know, the crazy vocals, the fucking massive guitars. Like Terminal has none of that, and it's fucking gorgeous, and I love it.
Yeah. This is where Devin Townsend starts to lose me.
Really?
I'll be honest.
Really?
This is Key. Key is like the beginning of the end for my enjoyment of his music. Yeah. I don't feel like this is where it's like, this is good. It's like, it's fun, kind of like heavy rock, metal, swingy music. Like, kind of reminds me, I bring up Volbeat a lot, but this, you know, kind of reminds me a little bit of Volbeat, a little bit of, you know, some like, I don't remember, let me think here. What other bands this remind me of? 3 maybe a little bit of 3 possibly in there.
All right.
But I don't feel like it's his, like, it's where his strength lies as a musician, is this like kind of soft, it's like, it is jazzy a little bit. I don't know. It just like this whole album feels very samey to me as well.
Okay. So you say samey, I say cohesive.
Yeah.
Like,
well, because I don't like it very much. So it becomes samey.
Yeah. For me, like this album is like a mood, and it's a mood that I want to be in. Like I could put this album on and just like chill out, and it's just like perfect. It's like a perfect for a certain feeling that I have sometimes, where I'm just like, I just want to put something on and just kind of like, okay.
Now, having said that, I do love Disruptor and Train Fire off this album.
Yeah. I had a feeling Disruptor was going to be on your list.
Disruptor is a little weird still. It's like, Disruptor is fun, but it's like, is it a great song?
Oh, I think so. I mean, when it fucking like explodes around like 3 minutes.
Master of the universe. But it's so like, it almost feels like a trick, Disruptor, if you know what I mean.
But like, it's just like, it's still got like that like funkiness to it. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
I love Disruptor. I love Disruptor. Yeah, and Train Fire is great. I mean, Train Fire. Well, okay.
Train Fire is, I feel like, where he goes the farthest with the concept of what this album is supposed to sound like. He lets loose the most. Where it's like he went like, because he doesn't really go full funk. Like this has got fucking banjos essentially, right? Like
Let me jump ahead then for a moment, and we won't talk about it in detail. But I just want to ask really quick: do you like Casualties of Cool?
I honestly don't think I actually listened to it.
No, you have. I know, because you recommended it to me. You were like, "Hey, his fucking like quote unquote country album is really good."
Did I?
Yeah, you must have listened to Casualties.
I don't think I ever have listened to Casualties of Cool.
Really? Are you super sure? Like, you should.
I'm like 110% sure. Actually, I've never listened to this in my life.
What?
Never, not once.
Oh, you need to listen to Casualties of Cool.
Not even a little bit. Casualties of Cool. Yeah, I like this. I mean, I'm just skimming through songs.
Like, because if you like Trainfire,
this is what all of Key should have been.
So okay, he did that with Casualties
okay, great.
of Cool.
Well, great. I'm glad that Devin Townsend knows what he's about. He obviously does.
He worked with Che Ami Dorval, who he's worked with on some other stuff afterwards, but like he wanted to do like basically a country album, essentially, sort of. And it rules. Yeah. And it's like it rules. Yeah. It fucking rules. So
my problem with Key is that it feels like he's got. This is my problem with almost everything he does, in fact. I'll say right now. This is my problem with almost everything he does after Key. Addicted, Deconstruction, Ghost, Epi Cloud, Transcendence, all of it. I feel like he's got his foot in, like, two worlds. Like, he still kind of wants to be a badass rocker, but he also wants to, like, shed positivity and light into the world. And, like, it's cool that he's trying to marry those two, like, concepts together in a cohesive whole. And, like, I hope he does it one day, but he's never got that balance right for me. Right? Maybe he has for you. It seems like he probably has.
Well, we'll get there.
Okay, yeah. But for me, it's just like, it's like exactly what this Casualties of Cool album is, right? It's if you want to go make like a country album, Devin Townsend, awesome.
Yeah, just go all the way.
Please
do
just
the whole
do it,
thing.
though. Yeah, it's interesting, because to me, Devin Townsend and Mike Patton. Devin Townsend and Mike Patton to me are very similar. Mike Patton of Mr. Bungle, for anyone listening, and that kind of thing. He's also just like a virtuoso guitarist, operatic singer with all these different solo projects and bands, and he's a genius, essentially, just like Devin Townsend is, right? A musical genius.
Yes.
And he is less afraid, and also less afraid of markability, I think, Mike Patton. And so, like, when he makes a weird album, he goes all the way with it, and I can usually respect those attempts, right? Even if they're fucking weird and I don't really like them very much. But, like, I feel like Devin Townsend still wants to, like, he has a fan base that he's appealing to some degree, right? Like, and I think he's aware of that fact, and so, like, he still is kind of making his own music, certainly, but it's still, like, within the realm of, like, rock, right?
Yeah.
Whereas, like, with this Casualties of Cool album, he was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna make a weird country album. And it's like, great.
Yeah.
Please do more of that.
I think there is some. I think that he's gotten to a point where he's trying to find something.
Yes.
Like, there's a sound that he's looking for, and I don't know if he's found it yet.
No, he is not.
And we'll get to there, because I think there's definitely something to say on that. I have more thoughts on that, but so I mean, are you kind of glossing over the remainder of his catalog at this point?
Let's talk about. No, I've
okay.
listened to all
I just want to make sure.
No,
because we can skip ahead. But
no. I've listened to all the albums that I've just dismissed multiple times.
All right.
I don't think they're anywhere near as good as his previous stuff. That's all.
All right. So Addicted.
Yes, Addicted.
So I like how every single song has an exclamation mark.
Oh my God! Yeah, you're right. Wow, I never noticed that.
That's my favorite part of Addicted. Okay, let me say this about Addicted. Addicted is not my favorite Devin Townsend album. Okay,
sure.
It's up there, but it's not my favorite. But it is, I think, quite possibly the most fun album that's ever been made. It's just so, like, every song is an exclamation mark.
Yes.
You know, it's just like, yes, we're doing thing. Like, this is peak Devin Townsend, like, positivity, like, all the way, hands in the air, just don't care. Like, that's this album to me.
It is a very weird album.
Really?
To be sure. Because I'm agreeing with you in a way, I guess is what I'm trying to say. In that it's a bubbly, poppy metal album, which is weird.
Yeah, I mean, I love fucking Annika on this.
Annika?
You know, she's basically singing most of the time.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I do love her. She's a great vocalist as well. Yes.
Like, her version of Hyperdrive is like the version of Hyperdrive as far as I'm concerned. It's because it's so much.
yeah.
It's crazy upbeat.
Yeah,
you know?
of course.
And also, it's my favorite song on the album.
It's definitely like a bro rave album. That's like the vibe it gives off. This probably was one of my favorite albums when it first came out, honestly.
Oh, I loved this album. I still do.
It didn't. I don't feel like it has a lot of. This is my problem with all of his, like. Again, this is kind of a group criticism of these later albums. Is like they don't have a lot of staying power for me. It just feels like it's like they're like pop music, right? Because it's more poppy. It's like I've listened to the hook, and like it's kind of like how Nintendo makes game consoles and video games, right? They're like, okay, how do we throw in a gimmick here? What's the gimmick we're gonna put in?
Oh yeah, I mean all of DTP.
Yeah, it's all gimmicks.
And I'm going to continue using that. All of DTP was gimmicks.
Yeah, it's all gimmicks. It's just like I don't know, man. I don't need. If you're gonna put music in my gimmicks, I mean, if you're gonna put gimmicks in my music.
Music in my
If you're gonna put music in my gimmick.
That might be the title of this podcast.
I'm glad we could get some dueling titles going at least.
You know, honestly, that's one of my favorite parts about doing this podcast is trying to figure out what the fucking title's gonna be. And like sometimes like I know, and then sometimes I'm like listening and I'm just like, oh shit, well that's it right there. Yeah. That one. That's the title.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to be able to realize their gimmicks happening and like, wow. Addicted especially is like you listen to the songs a few times and you're like, okay, I understand what this song is like doing to my brain. And now that I understand that, it holds no power over me anymore.
See, okay. I know what you mean. I don't get there yet.
Yeah, okay, sure.
I get there later, but it's not addicted to me is still peak Devin.
Yeah.
Like I lump addicted right in with accelerated evolution. In fact, I see probably because I started listening to those two albums around the same time, I see them as being almost identical.
Yeah. Because for me, I'd listened to all these for a very long time, and so when all this stuff started coming out, it was like, okay, this is like new Devin essentially, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, I'm not the most welcoming individual when it comes to new experiences sometimes. And music is definitely one of those things where it's like, oh, you want to try something new? Like, I guess, but like, you better be doing it, because otherwise, I want nothing.
Otherwise, you're not here for it.
I'm not here for it. I'm not going to support you in your new endeavor at all, actually. But I listened to Addicted a lot when it first came out. I listened to it straight for like a month or something, you know, and it was like, okay, I never want to hear this fucking music ever again for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I mean, like, okay, so for me, like, either Hyperdrive or EA, like, are just...
Yeah. I love EA.
Isn't it? Yeah, it's such a good, like, I mean, like, honestly, it's just like, I could forget the rest of the album was on here if it not for Hyperdrive and EA, because it's like...
Those are the two bangers, for sure. Those are the best ones, without a doubt.
Yeah, I like the rest of the album a lot, because it's just so fun, and I love Annika on this. Like, I really, like, it was so smart for him to collaborate with her on this, because it's like, she's the perfect vocalist for, like, this.
You know, I will say... I'm just listening to EA again. This album, that particular song, I think transcends maybe the rest of the album. I think it's got a little more.
It's got magic to it.
Yeah, it's got some
magic.
It's got some heart. You know, but Addicted, Universe in a Ball.
Yeah. I can see that.
Bender's also pretty damn good.
You're like, oh wait, this album actually rocks.
But it's still like it feels light. It's which it's supposed to, but like, you know, I don't want that from his music.
And I think it's one of the big dichotomies between you and me is because your entry point, and that's why I wanted to establish that when we did, is your entry point was the heavier stuff.
Yes.
So for me, my line is drawn in a different place because I came at a lighter side, and then his heavier stuff was something I had to get to. I was like, okay, so he's got some really heavy shit that I have to like absorb now. So I'm in a more of a middle place.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like even like The New Black, like I'm pretty sure 2006 might be too far back. What? Be 15? No. Okay. No, I think New Black was before. I think probably Ziltoid the Omniscient is like, I had been listening to Strapping on Lad for a while, and then Ziltoid came out. Is probably how it happened, is what I would imagine.
Got it.
And so like everything after that, right? And so that's essentially right is when he starts getting weird. But he's like, listen to all of his like, you know, more normal heavy stuff, and then like as soon as I start listening to it, he's like, okay, Ziltoid the Omniscient, and then fucking Key. It's like, okay,
yeah.
No wonder I didn't like that.
Yeah, it was a jarring type of thing.
Exactly.
So yeah, deconstruction.
Yeah, deconstruction.
So, what do you think of deconstruction?
This is when I was like officially checked out, essentially. Right? This is when I liked Addicted when it came out enough, and I was like, okay, but it's, not really what I was looking for. And I didn't really listen to this at all when it came out. I'll be honest. I was just like, I got other things I'm doing. It's interesting. I like that it like goes back to the heavy stuff a little bit, but it's still a little Ziltoidy, right?
Oh yes.
It's got a little bit of that, oh man, I can't fucking, what is that one? There's this one artist who does like, Dr. Steele.
Oh,
you know Dr. Steele, right?
Yeah, you told me about Dr. Steele.
Dr. fucking Steele. This deconstruction is just like Dr. Steele. It's like cool. For anyone who's listening, Dr. Steele is like a steampunk. He does like performance art essentially, but also music. And he's like his character is he's like a steampunk villain essentially called Dr. Steele, and he has like the Dr. Steele army and all that kind of bullshit. And he's always in character, and it's all of his stuff is like kind of good, but also really silly because it's steampunk bullshit, right?
Yeah.
And it's,
there was a point in time where I was like, okay, Dr. Steele, and then like literally months later, I was like, no.
Never again. Yeah. See,
nope.
That exact feeling you have about Dr. Steele is where deconstruction has me.
I totally understand.
Where it's like, one of your songs is called The Muddy Masturbator. Like,
yep.
Whatever. Do you, man? Like, have fun.
I like Deconstruction, the song on Deconstruction,
yes.
a lot.
Yeah. That's.
But Deconstruction is a lot.
The back half of the Devin Townsend concert I listened to was song requests. Guess what they played?
Deconstruction.
Yeah, fucking Deconstruction, right? Like, the fans know, right? That's the song that got pulled out from this. Because it's fucking great.
Yeah, that part towards the end where you just have like a huge scream.
Yeah. I love this. I'm just reading the Wikipedia article here, and there's a Jonathan Barkan of Bloody Disgusting concluded that Deconstruction is quite possibly the closest I've ever heard an album come to oral insanity. And he also goes on to say, well, it'd be a complete joy to listen to, but I'd cut it off right there, actually. Oral insanity. It's a little whimsical, Deconstruction. But, I mean, his musicianship is still impeccable, obviously.
So I know like that Devin's whole thing with Deconstruction was, well, I got to fucking do this wanky bullshit because I feel like it right now, so I'm just gonna do it. Like it's just like it's in my hands and I can't make my hands not do sweep arpeggios, so I'm just making this stupid album and then I'm gonna be done with it. And he was for a while. So like I mean, this is just like him getting all of the fucking like virtuoso wanky bullshit guitar out, and it is like when I look at it from that lens, like I appreciate it. It is not one of my favorite albums by him, but I do.
Yeah,
I do find myself like, it comes on and I'm like, oh, should I skip this? And then I end up just listening to like the whole song, whatever it happens to be, because it's still a fucking good, like,
I guess it's
still a good album.
I'll say this positive thing about it. It's nice that he concentrates those bursts of creativity in like single album and doesn't let it overflow into other things. That is one thing I will say about Devin Townsend is like he's always on theme.
Yeah. I mean, so for me though, the actual track that I like the best out of this is Praise the Lord.
Oh, really? The first one.
And
right?
Here's why.
Yeah.
If you're listening to it, like starting around like 3 minutes 40, I guess.
Yeah.
Fucking. And then he just like explodes at like 3 minutes and 50 seconds. Like listening to that like in the car with the bass turned up and shit.
Oh yeah.
Like it's just like you just spend the 3 minutes and 50 seconds just waiting for that part to come so that your fucking subs come on. It's like, I'm like, oh god. It's like it's definitely up there for one of the best post-rock buildups of all time in a non-post-rock song. Like it's just so fucking good, man. The payoff of that song is incredible. So that is my if you have to listen to one song off of Deconstruction, like fucking listen to Praise the Lord, because it's like the payoff is just chef's kiss.
Yeah, that is a great little lick there.
Yeah. And then he did Ghost right after that.
Fucking Ghost, yeah.
Do you like Ghost?
Not really.
Okay.
I don't know. It's fine, I guess. I have a hard time getting through it because it's just kind of boring to me. I don't know.
I mean, I guess. Like
It's just like, it's fine. I don't know. It's like, are the lyrics really great or something? Maybe I'm missing that aspect.
no, I mean, Ghost is just it's a chill album, right? Like,
It's
that's
chill.
what
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
fine. It's chill. It's really hard to differentiate chill at a
It's
certain
one of those
point.
albums that I just like to have on sometimes.
Yeah.
But Kauai is a great song. I'll say that. Like, if there is a song that is a song off of this album to listen to, I would say Kauai is the song.
Yeah.
It's not like explosive or anything, right? Like,
Yeah, of
it's
course not.
definitely
I mean,
in
it's
his
Ghost.
vein of like really restrained stuff, but like, God, it's just a gorgeous song. Kauai, Kauai. It's like, ugh. I don't know. I like it. I like singing it. It's nice. It's a nice song. It makes me happy.
It's more on the sad side of nice, though.
Oh yeah, sad, gorgeous, but sad.
Yeah. I don't know. Again, the album is just, because of his strict adherence to theme, the album kind of blends together for me a little bit.
I will say this though, because you're absolutely right. Like, I mean, sometimes he really just leans into something. That's the nice thing about Devin Townsend is if you don't like an album, wait till the next one. This could be doing something different. So then we get to Epic Loud.
Yes.
Which this is where he starts to lose me a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is where he starts. Epic Loud is okay. It's okay. It's not top
great.
10 for me or anything. I'm trying to
Yeah. The second song is called Happy Birthday. I'm not, there's not a judgment or anything. I just want to say that out loud just so it's known.
Well, no, you're looking at the wrong. That's the that's
Epic Louder. Oh, that's Epic Louder.
that's disc 2.
That's disc 2. Oh my God. Oh, you're right. Yeah.
I mean, the big one off of Epic Loud for me is fucking is the redo of Kingdom, because that
Sure, that's cheating though. That's not really.
I know, but like that rocks. Like, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I honestly, like, I look through these and I'm like, I don't think I've really listened to most of these in any kind of like.
I used to listen to a lot of progressive rock and stuff, and I liked a band called Spock's Beard a lot.
Yep.
And one of the members of Spock's Beard, Neil Morse, went off into his own little solo band and made like Christian progressive rock music. And I liked him enough that I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't care that it's like weird Christian bullshit. I'm just gonna listen to it. I don't care that it's not really for me. I like his music. And it's just like, it turns out that it really wasn't for me. I'm not buying what they're selling, actually.
Yeah.
And it comes through even if the musicianship is still good.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel about this album. It's just like, it's a little too gospel. You went a little gospel here.
I mean, although that being said, one of my favorite songs off this is Divine. It's the ballad off of this. I like Devin Townsend doing ballad.
I don't.
The thing is, though, is like the thing about this song, and there's a lyrical thing to this, is like there's almost like a little bit of a bittersweetness to it,
Oh, sure. I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, I hear that through the music, without a doubt.
It's a good song. It's definitely like, again, it's one of his more restrained ones, And there's songs on here that I also like. Like I like Kingdom. I think I like Grace, maybe. Yeah, because it's got like those like huge, just like.
Yeah, Grace is a good one off this one. Yeah, this is a good one.
But see, okay, so I guess we're gonna have to just like.
I just want to say,
yeah,
I hate. I try not to use that word when we talk about music. I hate Lessons. And Hold On. I think it probably just Hold On, actually, because I think Lessons is the intro to Hold On. Oh my God, I hate it so much.
Really? Oh, I like Hold On because it's just like Addicted. It's got Annika on it. Like, it's just like, oh, okay. That's intro. Why? Out of curiosity.
Wait, where's the part I was listening to? It was right here, right? Is this okay? Wait, God damn it! I have the version I have. It's like it's combined Lessons and Hold On.
Yeah, I know. I have that too.
Okay, so where are you starting for?
I was just listening to the bit that's Hold On.
Okay, so like right at like the 2:30 section.
Yeah,
it's like, let's see here, where is it? Okay, yeah, and then 3 minutes. Yeah, when Hold On is starting and Ami comes in, I just like it's almost gospel-y to me.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, like, I long to be free. It's just like, I just want to vomit. It's like, I feel like I'm at like an open air concert, right? And it's like, save the teens for Jesus. And it's like, just like, I don't know. Like, again, I'm glad that Devin Townsend found his like happy place. But I wish he was still like a good musician or a good. No, sorry, that's too harsh. I wish he still made music that I liked.
Yes,
because he's obviously still a good musician.
Yeah, see, I like. Okay, I think I just really like Annika's voice, and
she's a great singer, but it doesn't.
She's just great in this.
Yeah,
so
she's
it's just
distracting from you from how boring and samey the music behind it is.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Hold on, like honestly, I just like that part reminds me of Addicted, and I like Addicted.
Yeah,
so.
you like Addicted, yeah.
So like that's it. That's me. That's the whole and complete of it. I actually, I'm thumbing through this, and I actually like some of these songs more than I potentially remember. But it's not my favorite album. It's not my. And so I guess so. Then Sky. So then there's Z plus and Z squared and Sky Blue, right?
Yeah.
Dark Matters, the Ziltoid sequel. There are some good songs on it. Okay, there are, but it's definitely not my favorite album by him. I think what is it? Because March of the Poozers is the one that everybody loves, which is a good song, but like. It's kind of getting into the stuff with Devin that I'm less into.
Yes, again, this is Dr. Steel music.
Yeah, it's Dr. Steel music.
It's Dr. Steel music. He's Devin Townsend, I think, because he's kind of a sensitive dude. He's always kind of been aware of his own image, right? And he cleverly feeds back into that, right? Like any good artist does, and that's great. But like he really feeds, and he's now feeding on his own feeding. If you know what I mean.
I know what you mean, yes.
Right, like he's dived a level down in the meta that he shouldn't have.
Yes.
And now he's making music about his old music that is itself commenting on his persona, right?
Yeah,
and it's
it's self-referential.
You gotten way it's self-referential, it's self-referential. Right? Because he's referencing Ziltoid, like I don't know. I just hate it. I hate it so much.
Yeah, Dark Matters is definitely not up there with my albums that I like.
This is totally kind of off. This is kind of off topic here, but we've talked about like Divinity Original Sin and stuff on this podcast before.
Yes,
so I don't feel too weird bringing this up. He's become the Larian Studios of his own music, where it's like he's incapable of taking himself. I don't want to say seriously because he obviously like still produces albums that are like serious, but he doesn't seem willing to like interface with the darkness anymore. You know, like he's very willing to interface with the light side part of him.
Yeah,
but he's like, no, I don't want to do the dark shit anymore, and that's fine, right? Yeah, he's a person. I'm happy that he's happy, but like musically, I don't care that he's happy. Like I'm glad he's having fun and he's making money and he's doing his thing, but like I'm gonna listen to like a sad teenager make angry music instead.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I keep dropping these like finale-esque bombs here. I don't mean them to be. I'm just like
I know. Yeah,
I just have strong opinions about it.
I mean, I understand because this is where things start to kind of fall apart for me a little bit, you know, and then more and more.
A little bit though. So you're still on board though for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, so Epic Cloud started to lose me. Sky Blue, right? That's the next. That's on Dark Matters, right? That's the. I feel like Sky Blue, like. I kind of liked it when it first came out, and then every time I've listened to it since then, I've just kind of been like, it kind of feels a little bit aimless.
Yeah.
It felt a little bit like Physicist in the same way. Mm-hmm. Like, it was like a better produced Physicist, where it was just kind of like, I don't know where this is going.
He's just making the music to make it.
Yeah, I don't know what he was... I feel like he wasn't sure what he wanted to do with this one. That's kind of how it felt.
Yeah. And it's a sequel, too, so, I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
He's trying to please people at the same time, trying to make new music, I mean...
Yeah. But... So I don't really have a lot to say about Sky, but it's okay. I think
sure.
What is it? New Rain is probably the one that's good on that one.
Yeah.
But New Rain is good. I do. But other than that, I don't know. I could take Sky Blue or leave it. But then we get to Transcendence. I actually really like Transcendence. I feel like Transcendence was everything that Epic Cloud wanted to be and couldn't. I feel like he leaned in on Transcendence and did the thing that he was trying to do, and it's good. That's how I feel about this one. And I've seen him play stuff from Transcendence live because that was the tour he was on when I saw him the most recent time. And it ruled, and it was great. So Transcendence, I do like.
I'm being so negative here, but it's just like. Now I feel like he's just copying Dream Theater. You know what I mean? Like, it's like I just
I don't know. I don't know if I do know what you mean.
He's meandering from sound to sound. It's like it doesn't feel like it's like the wall of sound here. It's like it feels so much lighter, right? There's like it's like so storm bending, for instance, right? Like I'm listening to the whole album here, so I don't know when it is specifically in the song, but it's around 6 minutes here on my link.
Okay, so it's probably just a minute in.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, wow. If I know this is Devin Townsend, so it doesn't sound like it, but man, it's like those lyrics are so like.
I feel like Transcendence to me is the culmination of what he was trying to do with Devin Townsend Project.
Okay, let me listen to that again.
Like if you think about it in the context of like Key through Sky Blue, right? Like this is the natural melding of all of those kind of sounds.
Yeah, and it's like essentially he just wanted to make prog rock this whole time.
It is proggy. I will say that. Yes, it is proggy.
It's just like, I don't know. I guess it's the fate of all men as they get older to like become prog rock fans again. I don't know. It's like it seems to be that's what the case is.
I mean, you say that, but we're about to get to the next album, which I feel like is just insanity. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, go ahead.
Yeah, it's just like this is Transcendence. What does this sound like to me? It sounds like a better Dream Theater, but it feels aimless. It feels like it's just kind of like the guitars going off in the background, and I don't feel like it's connected to like. It feels very airy, and like there's all of the instruments were like recorded in probably different rooms, and I don't know. I'm sure it wasn't, but it feels that way.
Yeah. So do you have a song on this that you like? Because I'll say for me, it's Higher, especially like the middle part of Higher, where he's just like. I mean, it does. It gets crazy. I mean, there's a lot of deconstruction in this. But again, I feel like deconstruction
in the album. I think I like the start of the album the most. I think the longer it goes on, the less I like it.
Well, I mean, yeah, and Truth is just straight off of Infinity, right?
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah. So that's essentially, yeah. I like Truth. I like
you like the song from Infinity that he redid, and you probably don't even like this version as good as the original.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've entered into that phase of his career for me.
That's fun. Oh man, yeah.
So what was your favorite song again?
Oh, Higher.
Higher, that's right. Wait. Let me just listen to it.
Yeah, if you can get to like, I think it's like 4 minutes on Higher.
Yeah,
and like he just fucking like goes nuts.
Oh, but then he does like a weird like there.
Oh yeah,
it's just like I'm sorry. I mean, I kind of said Dream Theater off the cuff.
No, that is very Dream Theater.
But like, the more I listen to it, the more Dream Theater this is. Yeah, I was very correct actually in using that.
You were not wrong. You were not wrong.
I'm sorry. I don't like this.
That's fine.
I do not like this. I don't know. It lacks like a realism. It's hard to describe what I'm trying to like get at because it's not like it's bad. It just feels hollow for some reason. It's like it's missing a part.
For me, like this album is just like it's again. This is not one of my favorite albums, but like I this feels like the natural progression of the band that he was putting together. Like,
oh no, it definitely does feel like the natural progression. That I would not disagree with.
Yeah.
You
know, it's just like
this is where he was going.
This is where he was going, and he did it. Yeah. You know, he did the thing that he was trying to do, and like I got it, and like this is what Deconstruction should have been.
Yeah,
is this album like Deconstruction was insane. And like this is more coherent than Deconstruction. Like, I mean, Deconstruction is like basically like a rock opera, so I guess Deconstruction is by definition more coherent. But like this is musically what I think Deconstruction needed to be. But
yeah, it's definitely a like this is a serious attempt at an album. It's not a joke.
Yeah, but then we get to Empath.
Yeah, then we get to Empath, which I again, I'm over it at this point. Essentially, maybe fucking what is it? It's I think Sprite. I think that's the one I like. No, is it? Oh no, it is. Yeah, because I love the back half of Sprite.
Back half of Sprite.
I have just a full album link. So
yeah,
like
so
20 minutes. Yeah, 20 minutes. Wait, where is it?
Yeah, no, I'm listening to it. Like around 23 minutes in.
Yeah.
Empath, I think, is, I mean, Transcendence also, but like I feel like Empath was really where Devin Townsend was like, all right, this is Devin Townsend music.
Yes. Yeah. This one is Empath. I do like Empath a little bit.
Here's the thing. Empath is insane.
Yeah.
Empath is insane.
Yeah. He came back a bit with Empath.
How did a person make this album
I do hate the start of it though. I will say.
Castaway?
Yeah, I hate Castaway. I just
Hang on.
nothing there that I enjoy.
But it's just insane. Like this album is so like why, right?
Yeah, seriously.
He made Disney music, okay? He made everybody. He made Disney music. And then he just like fucking like screamed through it. And like, is it my favorite Devin Townsend song? No. But I think why is the point where I realized that I have the most respect for Devin as an artist. He was like, you know what I want to do? I want to make a Disney song. It's like, okay, okay, Devin. He's like, but then at some point through it, I'm just going to fucking go nuts. It's like, oh, okay, Devin. Okay, I guess that's just what we're going to do. He's like, that's just what we're going to do. It's just like, dude, this man is just making the music that he wants to make. And you know what? Fucking Godspeed. Jesus Christ. Like, if, as an artist, you get to just do the thing. You've won. You win. All right. When you get to do the thing and you still make money off of it, you have successfully won at life. That's my feelings. I don't give a shit if you like it or you don't. If people pay money for you to do whatever you want to do, fuck it.
He's definitely won. He's definitely won for sure. There's no question about that. Yeah, and it's a very interesting album, to be sure. Also, the part I was talking about, by the way, was not... it was actually before. It was like 2030 to like 21.
2030 to 21.
Yeah,
okay.
20 minutes and 30 seconds, yeah. It feels like he sounds like Weird Al for a second. I guess that's why I like it so much.
Let me listen for a sec.
Go to 20... Like
2020?
Yeah, because 2025 is when it is. Hard times have come.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyway.
No, I will say that for me, because did you happen to listen to the B-side of Empath? Like, I mean, Disc 2?
Yeah, I listened to the whole thing. I'm pretty sure.
No. Like Empath Disc 2, Tests of Manhood.
Oh.
I think if you like old Devin Townsend, you might actually really enjoy Empath Disc 2 Tests of Manhood. Because that, for me, in fact, it also is the only one with the title track, Empath.
Oh, I didn't even realize there was a whole nother...
Let me find. There's a bunch of like really solid fucking songs on Disc 2.
I'm sorry, I just clicked on Methuselah.
Uh-huh.
What the fuck is this shit? Like,
I love how you picked like the most ridiculous one.
20 seconds, just like, what is that? Like a fucking like... It was fucking unbelievable. So fucking weird. Such a weird dude.
Oh, he's insane.
Ooh, Gulag. I like this.
Yeah, I was about to say Gulag is one you'll like.
Yeah, but even then though, it's like, I don't know. It's just...
And then there's Middle-Aged Man.
doing that Opeth shit where you just like constantly switch. Ooh, yeah, I like this middle part. 1 minute 30. But yeah, I mean, it still sounds like new Devin ultimately.
Yeah, it does. No, yeah, but
he's never going back.
No, but I do really like Disc 2 of Empath.
Yeah, I'll have to give that a better listen because I didn't realize
there's some really solid track. Like I feel like Empath, like Disc 1 is all of the insane, crazy experimental shit, and then Disc 2 is like, okay, this is the actual album. This is like the songs. Yeah, man, fucking Jesus. And then, like, I mean, then, Puzzle, Snuggles. I have no idea what Lightwork is going to be. You know.
I did not listen to Puzzle Snuggles, honestly.
It's more stuff.
Yeah, it's more stuff.
There's more stuff.
I thought so.
But yeah. So, Jesus, man.
Yeah, we really, we plowed.
What a fucking artist. Like, it's just, like, he's such a tough person to talk about because he's just, it's a super talented, insane person making music, and he's really good, and I love him. I don't love everything that he's made, but God, I fucking respect him as an artist so much.
Yes.
Like,
hopefully he keeps making weird stuff, but maybe he'll make weird stuff that I like soon again.
Because, like, nice. You talk about Mike Patton, right? And I feel like we're now that we're in the wrapping up, we can kind of branch out a little bit, and this has gotten long, but so be it. We knew this was going to happen. So Like there's some pauses in there that will will allow this to not be 4 hours. It's like, because Mike Patton is the natural comparison, obviously, to Devin Townsend. They're both,
I would say, yeah.
They're both super crazy vocalist, multi-instrumentalist, insane production, crazy people that do everything. But Mike Patton, I feel like, gets too weird with it sometimes. Like,
I mean, I don't know what that means anymore, Jason. I've gone through so many weird places with music. I don't. Too weird? Is adult themes for voice too weird? Yes, but I mean, what does that matter?
He's just like, I find him like, because I know he's a really good vocalist, but like, I find that most of the stuff that he does, I just don't like.
He's an artist. I don't know. I mean, like,
yeah, he's like a Jackson Pollock painting.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's like cool, but I don't care. You know, it's just like, he's just like a person that I feel like has incredible talent and just wants to use it to like take the piss out of everything. That's how I feel. And which is like, sure, maybe that's his goal, right? Maybe his goal.
I mean, that is pretty much his goal. I think you've kind of hit him right on the head there.
And it's just like, it's tiring. It's just like, yes, I get it. You're more talented than probably most people, and you think everything is shallow and pedantic, you know? But it's just like,
I mean, he does speak like 5 languages, and like, it's an opera singer, and you know.
Yeah. And he's, I don't know, sometimes he feels like he's kind of a dick about it.
Sure. Yeah.
I
wouldn't doubt that Mike Patton is kind of a dick.
Yeah.
That sounds right to me.
And like, it's cool. Like, again, he's winning at life, right? He's making the thing and people are paying money for it. So again, I respect him as an artist, but I much more do not like his stuff. You know, I don't care about Mr. Bungle. I don't even really care that much about most of like Faith No More.
I have to make you listen to some Mr. Bungle album.
You do. I mean, I have,
that's unacceptable.
But like, I need to. You need to make me.
Mr. Bungle is great. Yeah, I mean, like,
you need to curate this for me and tell me what I need to listen to.
I'm more than willing to say that a lot of what he does is like pretentious bullshit. Right? Like, I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
I got no problem saying that.
Pretentious. That's the word. Pretentious.
But like, I don't know. I've listened to like a guy take a marble and like roll it down an electric guitar on a table. So it's like, what does pretentious mean? You know, like, what is that? I don't know.
Oh, it's doing that and being like, that's the best music. And then
I don't think anyone's saying it's the best music. I think sometimes they're even hesitant to use the term music.
Yeah, because like and that's the contrast for me.
Performative acoustic work or something.
Yeah. It's sound creating.
I don't know, but
sound painting.
So I try not to judge people for pretentious levels. I figure.
Oh, I've been plenty pretentious in my life.
Yeah, like, exactly. I mean, there's depths that can be reached very easily.
But I guess I feel like, at least from like, Devin Townsend is either extremely unpretentious or he's the world's best actor.
No, so here's the difference. Devin Townsend is, as much as one can be, a satisfied artist, I feel, right? That's my impression that he gives. And I'm not super interested in satisfied artists. It's like, if you're satisfied and you're an artist, like, why do I care about what you're doing? At all. Like, do some weird shit that makes you uncomfortable so I can see it and like enjoy it. I don't care about your like 10th, you know, happy progressive album music. I want your like, I was gonna kill myself, but instead I wrote this. It's like, yeah.
Jeez. I mean, so because do you consider yourself an artist, Steven?
No.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I don't create anything that would be considered art. So
okay,
that would be difficult for me to claim.
Yeah. Okay. Because I mean, you know, I do.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you people could judge if I'm a good artist or a bad artist, but I certainly do, like, I mean, I have a creative outlet that I must constantly exercise or I will go insane. Like, there's shit that wants to fucking come out of me in a not gross sense, mostly. Yeah. You know, and like, I need an outlet for that, you know, like this podcast being one of them, even if it's literally just to fucking talk and say the shit that I want to say in my life. But like, you know, and like the fucking music shit that I've been getting into, and like, that's been great because like, I've tried so many, like, I mean, obviously, like, I've been playing music for a long time and like just done nothing with it because I just never really, I'm not a producer. And like, I'm becoming more of a producer, but like, I was like, I could play, but fuck me if I can like make the music sound good. Like, I don't know how to do that, you know? And thank God, by the way, that you like taught me a little bit of electronic music, because that gave me an outlet to learn about producing. So
I'm so happy that I could do that for you. Yeah.
I needed that desperately because I like didn't fucking know what I was doing. I was just like, I don't know how to make sounds of
here's
things.
Music that's just made on a computer.
Yeah, and it's just
There's
like
no other parts to it.
It's been so fucking freeing as like again as an artist. It's just like, oh, okay, this is a really nice space to learn about how to put shit together and compose and like do all that shit.
Yeah, without having to like re-record shit constantly.
Oh god, yeah. Because like, you know, I've tried others. I mean, I've tried drawing and I suck at drawing. And I've tried painting and I fucking suck at painting. You know, it's just like, but music, I can kind of do. You know, it's like when I sit down to make a piece of music, I'm just like, cool, I have an idea. And then at the end of it, I'm like, that was what I wanted to make. And so like, you know, I get what you're saying about like, you know, sometimes the satisfied artist is not the tortured artist is the thing that sometimes creates the greatest works, you know, because it's like they're pushing the boundaries and they're trying to get some kind of like really deep seated thing out. I mean, and shit, some of my favorite Devin albums are. I mean, like I'm sure that Ocean Machine was that, and I'm sure
this is not a new revelation, right? I mean,
absolutely not.
It's a pretty widespread opinion that this is tortured artists make the best shit.
Yes,
it's
but
like,
But my God, you know, like, do I think that the stuff that even the stuff that he doesn't make, I still think that it's nobody else would be making it.
And, you know, this is a guy who, like, is amazing live and spends half of his concert, at least the one I watched, with, like, crowd recommendations, where he'll play all of his old stuff.
Yeah.
Right? And, like, really get into it. And, like, you know, you hear about some artists who are so, like, pissed off they have to play old stuff. Like, you know, Radiohead hates playing Creep for the 20 billionth time, right? You know? And it's just, like, I can respect that. I can respect that kind of, like, professional musicianship. Right, where he's in it to like really give the fans what they want. Yeah, right, and that's awesome.
Yeah, he's I guess like he's not always doing things that I would necessarily want him to do. You know, like it's like I want you to do your old shit. He's like, well, I've done already my old shit. You know, like it's already done.
And he has done it. Yeah,
and he has done it. You know, it's just like maybe there's not going to be any more. You know, and that's fine.
Yeah, because I mean, he did it. That's fine. Yeah,
but like you know. I mean,
he certainly doesn't owe. I mean, he can do whatever he wants.
I don't think, as much as like I know that Empath is not necessarily my favorite album. I know it's certainly not yours. I feel like
apparently I didn't listen to half of it. Though, so.
Yeah, I think there is a whole other half that is worth.
Yeah, I'll have to rectify that. Yeah,
but like, I think that like genuinely Empath is one of those albums. Is like I don't know that anybody can make that. You know, like that. It is insanely creative. You know, like the weird shit that he's doing in there is Devin Townsend shit. And I feel like that has become a narrower category than it used to be. Like, I feel like Epic Loud, Transcendence, Deconstruction, you know, Empath, they're all following in a similar vein. Like, I'm getting more of a sense of like, this is sort of what he's after. But and I don't necessarily love it, right? You know, it's not necessarily my favorite shit that he's done. But my God, I don't think anybody else could do it. You know, and it's just like he's
I don't think anyone else could do it. Yeah,
and that in itself is an impressive thing. You know, it's just like he is really like I don't think he's lost his creativity. It's just his creativity has gone to a place where it's lost some of the things that I liked about his earlier work.
Yeah, he's totally off in his own corner now.
But yeah, I'll be interested to see it. Maybe Lightwork will be a crazy departure, but who knows? I mean, he's certainly been in his niche for a while.
It's called Lightwork. It's not.
Yeah, I don't know what's the deal behind Lightwork. Like,
I don't know.
But yeah, we shall see. We shall see. But yeah, man, holy shit, fuck, we against all odds.
We'll see how it comes out. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I think that we held it together fairly well. Yeah. You know, we
drunkenly stumbled home from our Devin Townsend.
Yeah, this was mildly coherent.
Yes, it's all we can hope for.
God, yeah, there we go. That's another contender for title. That should be the tagline.
Just
do
all three. Do all three. Yeah, do all three.
That should be like that should be like the subtitle on our entire podcast. Yeah, it's two brothers, mildly coherent.
Mildly coherent. Yeah, that's true.
That is true. We sometimes say the
we're sometimes coherent.
Yes.
On a good day.
You know, editing is magic. That's what I'll say. Editing is magic. Oh shit. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right.
I don't know what we're gonna do next time, but we'll figure that out. So
yes, we will.
Stay tuned. Yep. If you see albums at the bottom, it'll be albums. If you don't see albums, we're going to be doing something else.
Yep.
All right. See ya.
See ya.